evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke. With an E! Forgot those were there. You'll see in a minute. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? I just want to announce I'm having a bad hair day. Look, this is going to be a nightmare all night long. It's look, I've got a mullet growing at the I desperately need a haircut. But you didn't tune in for that. So let me tell you what you did tune in for and why you shall stay tuned for tonight. We have the launch of a new something that's so good, I'm actually excited. That's all I'm going to say. Just, you're going to have to keep watching, right? We also, now not to say that I'm not excited about other things, like, for example, the vacuum that really sucks. I mean, literally, it's a vacuum. It sucks very well. The Towel VL80 Pets. Yes, it comes with a pet head. Oh, look. Sorry. It's going to be like this. Sorry, darlings. Yeah, it was really great. Super, super long run time, large capacity, comes with all your little bits and bobs and etc. And it really does a good job of picking up dirt, which at the end of the day is usually why one buys a vacuum. $94.99 down from $139.99, and it's available on PayPal, Pay in 3 if you want to spread the cost. And here to, it's just going to be one of those nights. Here to not tell us all about it, but he is going to show you briefly what we call in the business a wow shot. Wow.
Yeah, my hair's not doing the same thing. It's like have a look at this. This is very, very impressive. Look, look, look. And so you can see it has amazing suction power. Look at that. Amazing. All the way. I'll show you more as the show goes on.
And like me, it's got a very large head. It does. I can't wear hats. I once went, I know he'll be watching, I once went, Leslie, I'm sorry, I'll tell you in a sec. I once went go-karting with our CEO and his daughter and my son, and they couldn't find a helmet that would fit me. They had to take the lining out of a helmet, and they were literally bashing it on my head. I'd like to say it's because of all the brains, but if I shake my head, you'll hear it rattle. I'm not going to do that because it'll mess my hair up. Right, OK, also on tonight's show, remember, we are live until 3 a.m. and we are interactive. So if you have any questions before you buy anything, please do drop us a message. There's a message box right there. Now, that just comes through to our producer. We can't reply to it. But if you do need an answer of any kind, then just use email instead. studio@shopontv.co.uk. Right, now you see those towel pans, get them quick, because I'm telling you for a fact they're the best daily set of pans you'll ever use, in my opinion. I can tell you why, and I speak with authority, because I own them. I've lost 2.5 stone, and I chalk a lot of that up to the fact that my food tastes so good because it's cooked so well in these pans. I also bought an induction, like a portable induction hob. So I'm not saying buy the pans you'll lose weight, but if you are, regardless of what you're cooking in there, regardless of what your weight situation is and whether you need to lose some, gain some, or you're fine as you are, they are absolutely superb. This is black diamond coating, 7 times stronger than standard non-stick on the inside of the pan and the outside. You honestly try and stick something to those. I guarantee, I don't even know if glue would stick to that. Maybe the fours are fixed, possibly. But that, honestly, they are phenomenal. I rinse them under the tap, and the force of the water coming out of the tap is enough to clean them. Detachable handles, and that means you can stack them. 10-year warranty on the handles, 5-year warranty on the pans. You do need to register that at Tower's website when you get your pans, because they need to know that you have proof of purchase and know when the sort of time starts from, basically. It's free. It's completely free. But look at this. You can put them in the oven up to 230 degrees. You don't put the handles in, But this is your cookware, it is your bakeware, it's your casserole dishes. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Induction gas, electric ceramic, halogen, Arga, Rayburn, you name it, it'll go on it, it'll go in it. It can also go from either the oven or the hob, well, or from the hob to the oven, to the table. And then you even get, you see those little plastic lids on the back for the saucepans, you get those. You can even then put the leftovers in the fridge and then put it all in the dishwasher afterwards. You could even put stuff in the freezer if you so desired. And they stack so well. They will save you so much space. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, because I speak from experience. It's like I'm too... The only thing that you can't stack is the 28-centimetre lid. Because it's got a screw. When I talk to Tara, I'll say, get rid of the screw in them and then you can stack everything. So that's the only sort of leftover component that you have to sort of store somewhere, well, store separately from the pans. But everything else, including the saucepan lids, will all stack together. I'll show you how to do that later. It's a double locking handle mechanism as well for safety. I'll show you that later. Now, we've only got 60 of these left. This is the last of the stock. Do you know what? There's a story behind these. What happened was, we had the last of the stock. Then Tower said, right, we're not making those anymore. So that was the end of it. And they sold out. And then a retailer, a very well-known retailer that used to just be catalogues, where you'd go, you know, pick them up from the store after you filled out the code from the catalogue, right? Remember them? And they weren't selling because people didn't understand what the detachable handle was all about. So we got their stock. And so we had a few more. And then I think another retailer did the same thing. So we got their stock. But everything has sold out as far as we know. This is the last 60, certainly in our business, and maybe, now I'm hoping they're going to start making them again because they are so good. They are. Now I've got £500 worth of top-notch. I'll get a bit excited about this. I'm sorry, I'm being told to get on with it and move on, but these are so good. Honestly, I've got £500 worth of very high quality cookware, pans and such, also with detachable handles from a different company, in my cupboard that I've only ever used one of the saucepans 5 times. I use these. You cannot stick anything to these, no matter how hard you try. Certainly anything food related. We even put a Werther's Original in one of those, and even a toffee wouldn't stick. 10% of the stock is already spoken for and in baskets. We will show you them later, but if you know me and you trust me and you've bought from me before, so you know implicitly that you can trust me, but you haven't got those pans, get them now, because you're honestly, yeah, you can't stick anything to the outside or the inside. That's just great. Right, okay. Now I said we had. Oh, this is going to really annoy me. Could you get my stylist in, please, David? Thank you. We got a little hair bow. Producer's saying, it's my hairspray. No, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not vain. I mentioned there was something on the show that's brand new that I'm really excited about. This has just come out on the market. We are comparable to the market. It's from Swan. All my stuff, my toaster, my kettle, and my sugar and coffee and tea bag canisters, all Swan. So stylish. It's a vertically stacking air fryer. So the footprint is about that of a double toaster. It's very space saving. By the way, this is the control panel, which also even stores out the way like that. But unlike anything I've ever seen, these drawers are huge. These are 5.5 litres each. You'll do a whole chicken in one of these, no problems, and a good size one as well. But also, if you look inside, you'll notice, Rob, there's not a lot of room on the top. You'd only get maybe some chips or veggies on there. Yeah, that's because these are double stackers. Look, so you can put your meat or whatever you like in the bottom, and then see, these are like a trivet, and you can put those on top, or you could put chips underneath and bangers on top, whatever you like. And you can separate out the temperatures and the cooking times that each tray uses. So you could actually cook 4 different types of food at the same time. Now, not only that, before you go to the stills, can we have a shot of Paul? Do you mind if we have a shot of the control panel? Now, are you ready for this? There's the on-off. Look, it's got pictures. Actual photos. So you've got dual and sync. So dual will give you the same temperature and the same cooking time for both baskets, and it is touchscreen, as you can see, right? Sync means that you can put one temperature for basket A or basket B and a different one for whatever the alternate one is. So let's say you're cooking chicken breasts and chips. Chips are not going to take as long as the chicken breasts. So you set one for your chicken, one for the chips, and you do the sync cook, and it will delay the start of the chips until that amount of cooking time precedes the finishing or the cooked to the ready time of the chicken. So long story short, they finish cooking at the same time. You can easily, what I was going to say, adjust those as well. These are the dimensions. Like I said, I mean, what is it? 27.9, 279, hang on, wait a minute. So yes, 27, I couldn't see the full stop. It's like 279 centimetres, I don't think so. Less than the length of a ruler. 75 centimetre cord length, non-slip feet, extremely stylish, extremely just brilliant. I mean, gosh, the biggest air fryer that I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. But if it was a double-sider, it would be massive. There is one extra large air fryer on the market that I don't even know. I think it's 10. I think these are even bigger than those the baskets. You know the one I'm talking about. But because it stacks up, it doesn't take up any extra space. It's really good. Get it while you can. We don't have a lot of them, and I can't cook. It's so new. We haven't even had a chance to record any of this in our Warrington studio. We will do that at some point, but it's brilliant. At $199.99 normally, but $99.99 now, $6.95 P&P. Remember, if you've just tuned in and you've never seen us before, this is Shop on TV. We're your late night shopping show for ITV1 and STV, and you can actually buy. It's, you know, this morning when they show products and you can just look at them. Well, here you can look at them and you can buy them. I always call this show This Morning Tonight. So yeah, go buy, buy. But don't go buy. 11 litres in total. It's a stunning bit of kit. It really is, saving up to 30% on your worktop space. About 60, it's either 67 or 69% on your energy bills, depending on your tariff. You can cook 4 different layers of food at the same time. I've never seen that in any air fryer. The foldable display, all touchscreen, easy to wipe down, easy to clean. And, oh, by the way, I didn't mention 10 built-in functions as well. So if you just want a quick function, press a button and off it goes. The cyclonic hot air technology is going to cook all the way around, meaning that you don't need much oil. You can cook with 99% less oil, or no oil at all, actually. Just ideal for steaks, fish, but also baking. And by the way, you know, you can put ramekins and things like that into your air fryer. It's a mini oven. It's actually 2 mini ovens. You can grill, you can roast, you can do all kinds of great stuff. Bake, grill, you name it. This will do it. And look, there's a chicken with room to spare. Anything you do in your regular oven, you can use the same times and temperatures in this, but just treat this as a fan-assisted oven, and that'll be a good guide. And I tell you, there's so much information online, particularly on YouTube. The first time I did sausages, I just Googled, you know, how long air fryer sausages, large sausages UK. It's all out there. You don't need any other information that isn't already out there online. But get it, be quick. Now, 25, well, I'm not surprised, 25% of the pan's gone in baskets already. Honestly, if you know what's good for you, I promise you, these are fabulous. They will undoubtedly sell out before the end of the show. The diamond non-stick coating, 7 times stronger than regular non-stick, and it's on the outside as well as the inside. You've got an easy pour lip on all of the pans. They all stack together. The detachable handles, you can use them not only on the hob, any kind of hob, but you can use them in the oven up to 230 degrees. My oven doesn't even go up to 230 degrees. It goes up to 220, I think. So I will wax lyrical about those a little bit more a little bit later. Right, what a show, what a show, what a show. Of all the nights to have a bad hair day, this was the one.
It looks fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
No, I know.
They've called the stylist. She can't come in.
She can't come in tonight. That's right. I know. That's all right.
Rob, have you noticed this vacuum cleaner stands up by itself?
Yeah.
And that's what's nice. You don't have to put it in a stand. It stands up by itself. And that's because they've changed the floor head. Tower looked at the floor head of the VL80 and they went, how can we make this better?
Yep.
So they've made it 20% bigger. They've slightly changed the inside of the floor head, which I'll show you, which means it picks up more, but it stands up now by itself.
Yes.
Which is good and convenient, especially if you're putting it in that under the stairs cupboard and you've only got under the stairs.
Yeah,
I was hoping you'd let me get away with that one, but no. Now, whether you've got carpet or tiles or whatever, it's really, really good. It's also got a turbo mode, and just look, it just takes it all away. You've got your LED lights at the front there as well, so really, really good. So whatever it happens to be on your carpet, whatever you've spilt, it's really impressive. Now, the nice thing about this is it also takes your carpet and it doffs the fibres both one way and the other as well.
Yep.
And look, if you've got your guinea pig out and about and it's chucked its bedding everywhere, now you can make light work of it and get a beautifully clean floor wherever you go.
Now, Leslie asked me earlier when I said I had a big head like this. She said, "Have you got a camel's knee, Rob?"
Ah, yes, she did,
Now,
didn't
you
she?
see, I call this the camel's knee because you know the back legs of a camel, or most animals actually, they bend backward. Look, you see. But the idea of this is you can get super low.
You can get underneath your furniture.
Yeah.
You can get underneath the bed.
Yes.
If you've got those cabinets in your kitchen which haven't got the kickboards on, you can get right underneath them as well. You know the things just go underneath there in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You can do that really easily. But look, it also means you can go round the corner that way as well.
It's a very articulated
It's
head.
absolutely, it works on every level. So really, really easy. And then it just snaps back into position like so. So really, really easy to be able to do. If we go over to the black tile, like so, this is good because it doesn't matter what you have, what you've spilt on the floor. It doesn't matter whether it's cereal or herbs or you're cooking bits and bobs. It's absolutely brilliant.
And as always, we go over the top here. These are not
exactly right.
kind of spills you would expect to have every day in your home.
Well, no, if this is your house and this is what you're doing, you need to be careful that you've got all of the bits up there as well.
Yeah.
You've got 2 different speeds, so you're able to get up the really tough stuff as well, and it works nicely to be able on any floor. I used to have these tiles in my bathroom, but you know what? I had to keep polishing them, and I didn't like that.
And it also, by the way, you may have noticed this, it's not spraying the dirt everywhere.
No, exactly right. And some vacuum cleaners really do, don't they?
Well,
exactly.
I've got a canister vacuum.
Yes.
Everyone, it's a Henry. I've said it because we did a Henry show.
Indeed.
And it's great, but the thing is the exhaust is at ground level. So if I had all that dirt on the floor and I turned the vacuum on, it would blow it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Whereas the actual vacuum, the exhaust is up by your hand.
Exactly.
So that doesn't happen.
What I love about this is there are 2 different filters in there as well. There's a filter on the inside, and this is multi-cyclonic technology. So you've got...
I borrow one because I don't have a filter.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, I've noticed. So you've got a HEPA filter on the inside, and that will take away 99.95% of all airborne particulates. And that, I mean, if it's down to 0.3 microns, and if you consider that's pretty small, because a human hair is 70 microns.
Don't talk to me about hair.
Oh, yeah.
But should I just say, actually, because what is the point of the filter? Well, think of it like this. All a vacuum is a motor that sucks air, obviously, and
into a pot.
Pot. But if there wasn't something at the other end stopping the dirt,
it would come right back out again.
It would come right back out again.
Yeah.
So that's what the filter's for. It's to stop all of those tiny little particles getting back in the room.
Exactly right. There's a secondary filter. So in case you haven't got all of the filtration out, it's got a secondary filter up here. Which is, and I haven't seen...
better than one.
I haven't seen that in any other vacuum cleaner, so that is particularly good. That Tower has thought they're both washable. Don't force them to dry, so don't put them on the radiator, just let them dry naturally, because if you force it to dry... But let me just switch it on there so you can see that's the cyclonic power.
What is the point of that?
What's the point of it?
Yes.
It actually sucks up more. So because you've got a if you think about a classic whirlwind, the funnel sucks all of the dirt up all the way into the funnel through the filters, and that way it all gets...
Also, I believe I'm right in saying, correct me if I'm wrong, you're the expert, not I, that it separates the dirt in the chamber so that it never loses suction.
Exactly.
Even when it's getting really full. Whereas a bag, it's all piling in. And by the time it gets to the top, it can't suck anymore.
And we can show you that. There's a max fill line here, but I'm going to do the show until we get over the max fill line. It will tell me when it doesn't want to pick up anything else.
Indeed.
And then we'll dump it all onto the carpet and show you just how brilliant it is.
Superb. Hey, can we tag price?
Yeah, we can.
Because we've got it for $94.99. It's $139.99 out there in the market. In fact, look, at DIY.com, oh, that's a new one on me. It's $139.99. Comet, oh, Comet's still around. Oh.
You know DIY.com's B&Q, don't you?
I didn't know
That's
that.
B&Q.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not know that. Don't do a lot of DIY.
I don't think they could probably get the web domain or something.
No.
I think that's why.
Paul just asked me if I knew what B&Q stood for.
Oh, I know.
No idea. Go on.
Block and Quill.
Block and Quill.
Apparently.
What does Block and Quill stand for?
I suspect that's people.
Oh, it could
Originally, I think it might have been, but I don't know that.
Dave Block and Pete Quill.
Possibly so.
Yeah. And they are the founders. And then there were those other prices as well. None are as good as us. As our price. This is why you shop from Shop on TV, because we're your ITV1 and STV show where we get you, as whenever we can, the best prices in the marketplace. You can check us out on YouTube at Shop on TV Live, Facebook, Instagram, X at Shop on TV Live, everywhere actually at Shop on TV Live. Please do subscribe on YouTube, then we can send you reminders if you hit the bell icon so you'll know when we're live. It's between midnight and 3 every night, but you don't always know. You can always check the EPG.
I didn't know that. That's useful. It'll tell me when to come in.
That's very
Yes, very helpful.
Might be a little
very
late,
helpful.
unless you're living literally next door.
True. I'll run very fast.
Run very fast, yes. OK, what's happened to the vacuum? It's
well, look, it's also handheld. It's 3-in-1, this. So we've seen the floor tool with the tube. That's configuration number 1. Configuration number 2 is your crevice tool and also your brush tool. You get a secondary crevice tool with that as well. But also, it has a pet tool as well, a pet turbo tool. So if you've got pets, I will show you how effective it is with hair in just a moment.
Now, just talk amongst yourself.
OK.
I just want to check something.
Oh, where's he going?
Hold on,
Go on, then.
I think it was this.
Oh, we're checking the box. Go on, then.
Hold on.
What are you trying to find? I probably know the answer.
They've changed the box. So originally, so basically, the pet head normally sells for $49.99, and so there were boxes where it was crossed out.
Yeah, it doesn't say on the box anymore.
Extra.
Yeah.
But this is included. So you're actually, the vacuum itself normally would have sold for £50. Well, no, I don't know, less anyway. And then you'd have had to pay another $49.99 to get the pet head. This comes in the box at no additional cost.
For the price, the fact that it's 3-in-1 and you get the pet head, for this price is phenomenal.
I don't know of any vacuum that does as much as this for the price.
We sell an awful lot of different vacuum cleaners, and over the 25 years I've been doing shopping TV, I've sold a lot of vacuum cleaners in my time.
Yes.
This has got so much for the money.
Yeah.
It's incredibly good value for money.
It is, as they say in America, I don't know if I mentioned I used to live there, it is fully loaded.
It is fully loaded. Should we bring that chair a little bit forward so that we can see? I have got a lot of hair on this chair.
Yeah.
There's hair on the chair.
There's hair where? There
on the chair. Exactly right. Now, this is actually human hair, not pet hair, because I got it from the hairdressers.
Well, this is definitely not yours.
It's definitely... No, mine's a bit lighter than that. That's very true. That's the colour it was before I bleached it.
I see.
It's like let me just show you with the pet head. Look at this, because it gets... Oh, look at that. And that pet head makes light work of all of that. Look at that, all gone. And so if you've got a chair where your cat sits all the time, and
your cat sits all the
time, like Leslie, our producer, because her cat sits on one particular chair, and apparently gets very, very hairy. So this is the kind of pet head that she needs.
Yeah, Sean Connery's cat, he didn't just sit.
That's the point. No. That's the point. Back over here, we've also got...
Think about it. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking about it. I decided to move on and not let you.
Sean Connery. Let me just say... No, carry on.
It's like, I think it's a great audition. Yeah, you have a seat. You have a seat, why not? And so, here, we've got more hair on the stair.
Hair where?
There on the stair.
I'm enjoying myself too much.
Now, look at this. So there's the hair.
Where?
We also have... Oh, there on the stair.
Oh.
We also have coconut on the stair.
Pardon?
I don't know how that got there. I've been trying this all day. And then somebody...
I was talking to Claire. Claire, yes, Claire.
There on the stair.
On the stair.
Lord.
Claire on the stair.
It's a shame that there isn't a type of cereal that rhymes with air. Do you know... Do you know how to pretend you're very posh,
yes.
even if you're not very posh?
I do, but should we do it for the audience?
Let's do it for the audience.
Go on, then. Do you want to do it to me, or shall I do it?
Okay,
you do me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say air.
Air.
Say hair.
Hair.
Say lair.
Lair.
And say there.
There.
And then put it all together.
Hello there. Like that.
Like that, exactly right. Yeah. Exactly. So,
there's done.
3-in-1, the Tower Vacuum. Because this is the VL80, it's got the pet head, as we can see. Great for doing stairs there as well. But you've also got the crevice tool. You've got the floor tool. Now, you can also put the pet tool on the end of the 75-centimetre tube if you want to as well. So if you're reaching up or getting low on a pet bed, you can do that. So you can reach high and you can reach low with this as well.
May I say, because I like to think of everybody who may be watching, everybody who may be buying. And we do have disabled viewers and viewers in wheelchairs. And I really believe this would be an excellent vacuum for people in that category, if that's the right way to describe it. I hope it is. I don't mean, if it isn't, I mean no offence. But you know what I mean. If you are looking for something that will allow you to easily do those jobs, either from a seated position in a wheelchair, or maybe you've got arthritis or manual dexterity issues or such and so forth. Whichever way you cut it, slice it or dice it, it really is, the buzzword is ergonomic. It's ergonomically
easy to hold,
designed,
it's
balance.
good balance, less than 3 kilos, really good. It's also got another tiny little shelf of plastic here, so you actually hold it with your hand and your fingers go around that shelf. Can you see the little shelf of plastic there that your fingers go around and actually holds it really, really easily?
Let's talk price. Honestly, I can tell you this for a fact. We've had this vacuum for a while. It was one of our big hits for a long time. And then, of course, they improved the head, so now it's extra wide, less vacuuming. You're sucking up more as you go. You've got LED lights on the front, all this good stuff. Genuinely, look, that you can pay 250, 350, even 450 pounds for a vacuum.
Easily.
And they are amazing. I mean, we have one at that price, and it is amazing. And can you compare this to that? No, I mean, sort of. But,
in terms of what it does, yes, you can, absolutely.
Look, the Dacia Bigster just came out and everyone's raving about it. It's for a fully loaded SUV. It's 30 grand.
Dacia, isn't it?
Dacia.
Dacia.
Oh, is it Dacia?
Dacia.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I thought it
so
was
Sean Bean does the advert.
But
like,
Clarkson says Dacia.
Does he?
Does, yeah. Well, anyway, I don't... That, anyway.
That one, yeah.
But a Rolls-Royce, you can spend £250,000.
It does the same thing, gets you from A to B.
It does. It's got wheels and a steering... But you see what I mean. So I'm not saying... So this is your reliable, everyday... runabout for a vacuum. And for £94.99, you really do get a huge load of features that would or could be a premium on other vacuums. In fact, we actually...
Could you pass me that bit?
Yeah. We have a vacuum that uses a similar form factor. Is that the right...
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I'd almost say they're the same mould. But the other one, a lot more money. And it doesn't have the camel's knee, as I
absolutely
call it.
Right. I just call it the leg joint, but yeah.
Leg joint. Well, that's the same thing.
Same thing.
I just chose a particular leg.
Yes, a camel. Exactly right. Could be a cow. You know, a cow can't go downstairs. Can get upstairs, can't go downstairs.
Didn't know that.
Because the knee goes the wrong way.
And Daleks never used to be able to.
No, well, they can as well.
They sold that one, though, didn't they? Yeah.
On the floor head, what they've done is this is plush, so it's very, very soft, a bit like velvet. This one is plush, a little bit soft like velvet. This third one is a very, very hard brush. And that will get it all up. Now, there is also an anti-tangle technology inside here, like a little comb at the back, that if you get hair right in there, it will take the hair in there. Yeah, that's exactly right. And then it will take it all the way up the tube, so it's not going to get all tangled up. So the anti-tangle technology is really good.
You can remove the roller very easily.
You certainly can.
Honestly,
it's show you.
It's very low maintenance.
Like so.
If you're on a bit of a budget, I genuinely don't know of a vacuum that, for the price, does as much as this. this one.
No, exactly right.
I really honestly don't.
Click it back into place.
You ready to go?
Ready to go. And it's good. It's good looking as well, to be fair. And you can put
also like us.
Well, indeed, you can put the small head on the end of the tube. You can put the floor head on the end of the tube. It's as simple as that. It's that as easy to do. So,
all right, let's see how, because, you know, it's not everything is at floor level. And also, you know, if you've got a back, my back's a bit jippy at the moment. I mean, the lighter I get, the less it bothers me. Funny that. And,
yes.
But I don't. When I do all of my skirting boards, I don't like to have to bend down. So
Nor me.
I do it with the extension handle. Yeah, and look how high you're getting there.
Absolutely right. All I'm doing is just holding it at the top of the tube to steady it, but you don't have to if you've got a very steady hand.
Yep.
You can do that very, very easily. You can get up to your pelmets, up to your lighting, up to your pelmets,
right.
up to your top lights as well.
Pelmets a few times.
But you can also get right down to your floor, your skirting level really, really easily as well. So you can do that. And not only that, you can also put the pet tool on the end as well.
Yes.
And so you can get down and you can do your pet tool standing up with no problem there at all.
Upholstery, you don't have to lean again.
No, indeed.
Do it standing. Check out wherever you are. This is the price at $94.99 that gets you the vacuum that has just about everything on it. That I can't think of anything you'd add to a vacuum, to be honest, that this doesn't already have. 460569. Go to shopontvlive.co.uk, or you can call, if you so desire, 0333 241 241 and get yourself one of these if you haven't got a vacuum already. Now then. We are going to move on in a second. I'm just going to confirm with my producer. Talk amongst yourselves for a sec. Are we showing a clip of the pans? Are we not? Okay. Apparently we don't have enough stock. Oh, okay, I see. We only have half the stock left. Right, well, okay, then I've been allowed to use what we call the montage VT, which I actually edited myself, if I do say so. Let me show you, sorry. It's just annoying because it keeps going on my face. But it's my fault. I should have got a haircut about 2 months ago. So I want to show you something. Can I come closer? What I want you to... Sorry, Paul's going to tell me off now. I know he can get a shot of it, but I just wanted to approach, you see. These lids are... They're very weighty, actually. I mean, when you get these, you're going to go, wow, those are good quality. I've never held a lid for... Even my £500 set doesn't have lids as good as this. So there is a steam vent here. And also there's a little cutout for the handle. And there's the screw, and these are obviously toughened glass, nice big handles. These also very easy to clean. These are the only bit that don't go in the oven. You can put the pans in the oven, but not these. So you get the 18, the 20 centimetre and the 28 centimetre. And I love the fact because you get a wok. You get a wok and a saute pan, and the 28 centimetre lid will work on both. So what I want to show you, I'm going to utterly destroy our floor manager's display here. So here is the 18 centimetre pan, right? Oh, sorry. So what you do, actually, how am I going to do this? Right, okay, so let me start with the saute pan. This is your everyday pan. I use this literally every day. When I go back tonight, I'm going to cut up a sirloin steak and I'm going to stir fry it in this with some seasoning. And then I'm going to dice a cucumber and stir fry that all together. That will be my dinner. But look, you could do anything. You could do upside down cakes because these will go in the oven. They are your bakeware as well. You could do a big lasagna, moussaka, shepherd's pie. You can put them under the grill, brown everything if you so. They're great for doing frittatas. Quite frequently, one of the ways, again, I eat a lot of eggs on my eating regimen at the moment. I will often do a frittata. And they rise beautifully in that pan. 28 centimetres. You'll notice also it has a really clever bottom, and that's for heat dispersion. You know, when I first got my pans, I thought, hang on, you'll notice in the middle there's a slight lip, right? It kind of a slight, not incline, or the incline goes that way. And I thought, well, how's that going to heat evenly? Because of the bottom, and it does. So that is your saute pan. So that's going on there. Then you have wok, 28 centimetre wok. So I mean, I used to use a wok for everything. And remember, the diamond non-stick that's 7 times stronger than regular non-stick is bonded to the outside and the inside. And then even the wok, you notice for the profile, it has a slightly curled lip.
This does not drip. You can pour, so what I'll do, I'll often do sautéed minced beef and I then also at the same time sauté in the pan my florets, the cauliflower florets. On induction, if you can I might pump this bad boy up to 180 degrees. It gets so hot that my florets cook in about 4 or 5 minutes, but they're brown. I sauté them in butter, and the food, because if you cook the food properly, if it caramelizes, which is essentially when it goes a little bit brown, that's flavour. You know, a caramelization is flavour. So things taste better. So I actually, when I go home now, I was so hungry last night when I got home. And I thought, oh, I'll get a takeaway, like some kebab meat or something, because I'm not eating carbs at the moment. And I thought, no, because that'll be drenched in vegetable oil, it'll be low quality meat. And by the time it gets here, it'll be 25 minutes, half an hour. So by the time I cut up a steak, cut up some cucumber and finished, I was sitting down eating, and it tasted so much better. So, look, you can put your wok in there, like that, right? Then, let me see, you've got a 28 centimetre frying pan as well, right? So that's basically a shallower version of your sauté pan. You can do a whole breakfast in there quite easily. So that, actually that needs to go there, right? Then you've got, I forget the size of this, is it 26? 24 maybe, 24, yes, 24, okay, thank you. So 18 20 centimetre saucepans, 24 28 centimetre frying pans, and then 2 28 centimetre pans, the multi-pan or sauté pan, and the wok. So then this one, you ready? This one goes inside the wok. Now, I just bought today, you can get these little felt separators. The non-stick is so good, I've been stacking them like this for about a month and a half. No scratches. The bottom of the pan doesn't seem to scratch. And you can use metal utensils carefully. I'd recommend non-stick utensils, plastic. But just to be safe, if you want to get some separators, you can. Then, you see what you could have done if this didn't have a screw on it, is you could have done that. But unfortunately, it's all wobbly. Now, you could technically if you wanted, but then your smaller saucepan goes in there. Your small saucepan lid upside down goes there. And your big saucepan lid goes on top. So what I do is I leave the big, I store this somewhere separately. And look at how easy it is to stack. You get 2 handles. There's a 10-year warranty on the handles. You do need to register the warranty with Tower. Register your pans when you get them, and that's so they've got proof of purchase and they know when the time has started. And you'll also get a 5-year warranty on these pans. So at $84.99, even if they only last you 5 years, and look, I punish these things. I mean, full 1800 watts, really high heat, constantly stir frying, and rinse it in the sink, and they'll be clean with a little hot water. Now, can I just quickly show one thing? These are about to sell out, so you've got to be quick if you want them. I don't know if we'll ever get them back, or if we can, it won't be for a while. So you put your hand, it depends on how the retailers offload their stock. So they lock in just like that, right? So you'll notice that as soon as you lock it, that is now completely sturdy. But so that when you unlock it, it's got a safety feature. If I just do that, it hasn't fallen off. Why? Because there's a secondary safety feature that you have to press the button to then completely release it. It also means when these are on the hob, you haven't got the handles getting in the way. But also, if you want to, if you've got a really heavy pan, like with a big chicken or something in it, you can do 2 handles, right? Or maybe again, you're not very steady. But easy to get into the oven as well, because up to 230 degrees, imagine my hand's the oven, you put it in the oven, you just click and release. And then when you want to get out the oven, you just go boom, and out it comes. I can't fault these. They're my pans. These ones are. I've got the exact same pans. They are absolutely superb. They are the best pans I've ever owned. As I said, I've got £500 worth, the same number of, a couple of extra pans over and lids over and above what you get in this set. I spent £500 on all of that. And they're just sitting in my cupboard because I prefer, and because I found the non-stick on those started to come off a little bit. Particularly when you put the handles on and off, but not with these. Honestly, they're like Sherman tanks. They really are incredibly
durable. We've only got down to almost the last third of the stock, so please, please hurry if you want them. Again, full disclosure, we don't know when the next lot of stock is coming in. We will only get more if Tower decide to start making them again, because they are end of line and have been for a while. Unless there is another retailer who offloads their stock, I don't know if we're going to get them back. And you know what? We haven't put the price. The new set of these is $99.99, which is a great price. You know, we had this conversation. Why didn't we put the price up? Well, because of you. Because we care about you, and these started at $84.99, and they're staying at $84.99 until they're no longer available. Have a look at, if you want to have a look at these prices elsewhere, well, you can really buy them anywhere else. A Tower might still have some, $169.99. There are retailers that have got them, because, but the thing is, they're not selling in a lot of those retailers because people don't know. And that's why they keep giving their stock to us. They give it back to Tower, and Tower say, do you want some more? And then we feel awkward where we said, we just told everybody they're not going to be available anymore. And that's just how it goes sometimes. Get them in your basket, get them checked out. But if you do go somewhere else, you will pay those prices. You will pay more. $169, well, our normal price is good. They're so good. They really are. Get them now. Right, now, as you can tell, I got a little excited about all of that. Again, they've, honestly, 2.5 stone so far, and I keep to it largely because of these. Right, this, do you know what? Can I just confess? Can I make a confession? Today, ladies and gentlemen, I bought, at a discount, the biggest name in air fryers, the one that would describe an individual wearing all black carrying a katana who stealthily might go and attack some bad people, right? And I bought a double basket air fryer, 5 litres per basket, 10 in total. And I got it on a discount, 229 quid. And then I come in, and what have I got? And this holds more. This holds another litre more, and it is vertically stacking. So it takes up about the same sort of size as my double toaster. It's deeper, but width-wise, this will take up so much less space on your worktop. So it's 44.5 deep. Now that's about right for an air fryer, depth-wise. They're usually about 40 to 45 or 40 to 44. The height doesn't really matter because, although it is 103.2 centimetres, unless it's going under a very, very low kind of, I don't know, set of cupboards or something. And we've got just 7.9 centimetres wide. Non-slip feet as well. And because it's Swan they specialise in sort of retro, but this is sort of retro futuristic. I absolutely love the design. You can't see it here. You've got a beautiful stainless steel top. You've got these beautiful stainless steel accents on the handles. You've got glass, oh, there it is. You've got windows so you can see what's cooking. A lot of air fryers don't. They're just completely closed. And 5.5 litres per basket, you'll get a full-size chicken in there. And you can do 2 layers per basket. I've never heard of that before. Let me show you that again. How long have I got to talk about this? So there are 10 functions. So you've got French fries, chicken, fish, steak, custom, veg. Custom, obviously, you can set it to whatever you want. Chicken wings, prawns, cake, and defrost, because yes, you can bake in this as well. It's an oven. It's got sync cooking, so you can cook 2 different foods at different settings and have them finish at the same time. And dual cook, which means you can cook both baskets at the same time and temperature. And the folding display as well, so it is very low profile. You can kind of slip it into a corner, and then when you're using it, slide it a little to the left. To the left, to the left, and out comes your, I mean, this to me, but you know what really got me? 2 things. When you turn it on, and it's a complete touch screen display, no cheesy LEDs, you know, well, they're not cheesy, but it's got LEDs at the top, or not LED, is it LED? LCD, that's the one, thanks. But look, Now, they're actually a lot brighter, but because we've got big studio lights and also the cameras, that they don't see the same detail the eye does. But these are, I mean, it shows you. So if you don't speak English, you can tell what you've got to do here. So there are all of your functions, but then you've got basket number 2, basket number 1. The sync and the dual are separate buttons as well, and a plus and a minus. Then you've got time and temperature, and then you've got start or power, but also pause and start. So it's really easy. Let's say I want to do a job lot of chips, right? So what I would do now that it's on is I would select, I need to see the screen if I may, sorry. I'm doing this all backwards. So I'm going to do dual. Again, not easy to do backwards. Okay, I think I have to select a setting first. So let me go to basket number 1. Ah, there we go. And what should we do? Chips, I said, didn't I? Yeah, so chips. Right. So you can see you've got a temperature at the top and then blank underneath because I've only said it's 27 minutes. Now, if I wanted to adjust that, I could just literally use the plus and minus. So let's say I wanted to do them at 190, then I can press the time button, and now I can, if I wanted to cook them, because these do cook quickly, these ovens, I'll do them for 24. Right, now, if I then select basket number 2, I should now be able to select dual. There we go. So now you see both times and temperatures are the same. But if I selected sync instead, I can now select basket number 2 and I could do, I don't know, some chicken in there, right? So now I've got 2 totally different temperatures and 2 totally different cooking times. See? And then I would just press start. And once it's started, if you want to pause it for any reason, you can. If it's certain functions, if you, you're doing chips and certain types of food require a shake halfway through to make sure you get nice even browning. Halfway through the cooking cycle, it will beep. So you don't have to think about it and time it yourself. It will tell you when to come and give it a good shake. So you take the basket out, you give it a shake, you put it back in, and it carries on cooking. Now, if you want, because this is an oven, so if you're used to using a regular oven and you haven't transitioned yet to an air fryer, it's a fan-assisted oven is essentially what it is. It uses a vortex of hot air, high-spinning circulator, there it is, and that cooks the food evenly all the way round, saving you up to 70% on your energy bill. It was 70%, Leslie, sorry. Up to 70% on the energy bill. Now, on the notes, I thought it says 69. And it's got rear fans as well, both sides, so they disperse the heat fast, and also they don't, they don't sort of, it doesn't get hot right at the back. Now, this is the bit that I've never seen on anything before, but I was going to say there is a custom setting where you can just set whatever temperature and whatever time you like, and that's obviously, you've seen how I do it, it's easy to do. Right, so let me take a basket out. So most, I'll just leave that there. Yeah. So most air fryers, they have the basket, and again, you get a good sized chicken in there, you get a big joint of beef, big leg of lamb, rack of lamb even. So you have trivets. These are the standard trivets, and you'll notice inside there's a little lip, right? So that leaves about 3/4 of an inch or about a centimetre of a gap. That allows, with the grills, the air to get under, so it's browning underneath, so it'll brown the bottom of your chicken. You won't have a soggy bottom, but also all around it, okay? But then if you wish, and you have something that uses a similar cooking time, you have a second trivet, and these are retractable, and you could put a job lot of chips in there if you wanted, and then you put your trivet in, and now you have a compartment on the top where maybe you could put some slithers of salmon, you could put some chicken wings, you could put even, what do you call it, chicken thighs, chicken breasts, whatever you like. Mediterranean vegetables, you could, nice big mushrooms or something. So 2 portobello road. You can literally cook 2 lots of food, different food, in one tray. So when you put that in, you do the same for the bottom, but you don't have to. You could have one that just cooks like that, could do a whole load of chips. You could have 2 types of meat in there. Or you could have meat on the, bottom, and unless it contravenes, what do you call it? What are they called, the people that eat veg? Oh, they're vegetarians. Unless it contravenes vegetarian rules, you could have maybe meat on the bottom and then some vegetarian option on the top. It probably would spatter, so I don't know if that's something that's viable. But you could. Less fat. You don't need any fat, actually, in an air fryer. With chips and with things you want to brown, you can use one of those sprays. That's what I do. and that just gives. It's not for flavour. It's not to help the cooking at all. It's purely to help to make them brown. What I generally do, though, because I'm on keto, is I just brush everything in butter. 2-year guarantee, built for life, incredible quality. It comes with a 1-year manufacturer's guarantee, but you get the additional free of charge when you register the product. So you just go to the Swan website, create an account, put in your, what do you call it? Put in your oh, I just can't think tonight. It's a little security serial number and your proof of purchase, and then you're good to go. You've got 2 years. Duo layer, quad layer actually, 11 litres, biggest air frying drawer I've seen. It is massive, but it doesn't take up a lot of space because it is vertical. It's absolutely flying out the door. I really want one of these now, but I can't really justify buying one because I just spent £230 on a... Oh, anyway... C'est la vie. By the way, thank you for listening. Thank you for trusting me. Those pans are now limited stock. 25 of you are about to miss out because they're in your baskets and you haven't checked out. Limited stock means that there's less than 10% of the stock remaining. If everybody checks out, they're gone. And again, it could be the last time we get them in for a while, if ever again. So, and I just can't recommend them highly enough. Extraordinary stuff. Now, the air fryer is also proving incredibly popular. I love the fact that you've got this touch screen that folds in and out. I love that it's vertical. Smaller footprint could save you up to 70% on your energy bills because you don't have to heat a massive space. With a regular oven, you have to heat this massive space and you might only have a little bit of something in the middle. So you're heating all that other extra stuff and it can take 20 minutes. There's no preheat time on these whatsoever. It's maximising the efficiency of your cooking. It's really, really good. Really, I mean, it's a really good way to cook. In fact, I mean, I just literally, the reason when I bought my my air fryer today, I got it because the Black & Decker one that we sell here, I bought my sister one for Christmas, and also my best mate, although he paid for his. And so my parents were like, well, where's ours? So I'm like, all right. So I sent, literally, it's being picked up in the morning by Every, and it's going up to where my parents live, and they're getting my Black & Decker dual one that we sell here. And then so I replaced mine with a, the brand leader at £230. And I know it's very good, but it's not got the capacity that this has. 11 litres this has. That's 5.5 whopping litres per basket. And it's going to save you up to 30% of space on your kitchen counter or wherever you decide to put it. This is one of those things you can take out and use on the kitchen island. You can have people around for dinner. You can cook as you talk and drink wine or whatever your tipple happens to be. And it has, again, those 4 trivets, so you can do quad layer. I love the readout, the fact that you can actually, it's pictograms or points. No, it's not. It's pictures. And you can cook a myriad of different foods at the same time. You can have them finish at the same time. You can use less fat. You get more flavour. And I'll tell you something else, actually, that I've noticed with the reason I stopped using my oven now is that with air fryers, they really, because they cook so efficiently, they sear the outside, they lock in the juices. I've never had such juicy breasts in all my life. No, really. And thighs. My thighs are quite juicy too. You cut into a chicken breast that you've done in an air fryer, and it's got the juiciness you'd expect from a thigh. I mean, it's extraordinary. It really is. And the flavours. Steaks. I mean, I live on sirloin and ribeye.
I'm hungry now.
Lamb.
Hungry.
Yeah, me too. I've got my sirloin waiting for me when I get back. And a steak out of one of those, you have not tasted steak. A little word of advice, get it out the fridge a couple of hours before you cook it. Just so that it's at room temperature, and let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes afterwards.
Do you know what, for me, Rob, this is an upgrade to an air fryer, because a lot of people had the single drawer and they've maybe had them for a couple of years.
Sure.
This is now, you know how good air frying is. This is the upgrade.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people buy the singles because they haven't got room for the doubles.
Yeah.
But now you get a double, or technically even a quadruple.
Yep.
At the size of a single.
Totally.
A quarter of the launch stock has gone. Honestly, I'm blown away by that thing. I would be literally buying that now if I hadn't. This today, I'll show you. I haven't got my phone on me. I'll show you the receipt if you want it. If you want proof.
Return it.
I could. I cancel the order. 230 quid. And that's what a lot of them cost. This is a stunning... I mean, this is a £200 air fryer. It's half price. Right.
Look.
Next.
While you've been talking, I haven't emptied the vacuum cleaner deliberately because I want it to get even full. We're up at the kind of maximum line already,
yes, yeah.
but I want to push it a little bit further so that I can show you on the floor just exactly how powerful this is. So we are talking about a 29.6 volt battery, which is really impressive, and that means you've got up to 40 minutes run time, whether it's on carpets, whether it's on tiles, whether it's on lino or hard floor, whatever it is. You can also, of course, do it in the car as well. It's got the 75cm flexi tube with the elbow in the middle as well. It also comes with the pet brush too, don't forget. It's a 20% bigger floor tool. Now, because I'm going backwards and forwards, I'm actually refreshing all of the pile in my carpet there as well. It's wall mountable. It comes with the 2-in-1 upholstery tool and the crevice tool as well. It comes with a HEPA 12 filter, so it's taking out 99.95% of all of those airborne particulates in the room, down to 0.3 microns. And it's... Now, look at that. Can you see? It's even leaving the... It's even leaving the pattern in the carpet, so your other half doesn't go, well, I asked you to do the vacuuming.
Proof positive.
Proof positive.
Even the
really impressive. Absolutely. I've dropped a few tea bags on this one, so you know, it's one of those. It's one of those ones that it goes everywhere. But this vacuum cleaner is powerful enough. Edge-to-edge cleaning there. Look at that. You can get all of those bits up really, really easily. And look, it's just taking it all up. Now, I reckon we're nearly up to the maximum that it's going to allow me to do. Yeah. Now, the lights on the front are really impressive. Look at that. When you use the... Look at this. When you use the elbow tool as well, the camel's knee, you can get right down underneath.
Well, I can't get her back under the bed, and normally you can't.
Exactly right.
That's the one part of the bedroom you never get to really clean.
Exactly.
And God knows, well, I'm just about to change my bed. I dread to think what's under my bed. We moved David's bed at Christmas when he was in the States to vacuum underneath it. And there were whole new colonies living there.
Let me show you. We have reached the maximum.
Right.
Which is why I stopped picking up the tea. But look at this. So if you take a look, we are over. Our producer just said something terrible in our ears. Terrible. You know, it's like
she wants you to take her some. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Oh, dump it out.
We're over the maximum fill line, and let me show you how easy it is to empty it. But also, you would do this over the bin. You would do it over a bin. Do not do it back on your carpet, like so. Because look at this.
Do you know one of our vacuum demonstrators? Because they demonstrate so many vacuums so much.
Look at that.
They vacuumed their floor, their kitchen floor, and went and emptied it
on the kitchen floor. I'm not at all surprised. Now let me show you just how powerful this machine is.
You're really going to do
now,
that?
Look, you can see just how powerful that is, and so look at this. Just nudging the dirt in, it's sucking it all up there. Now remember, this is hair and tea and rice and everything else. Look at that. Just absolutely. You can see it going in there, can't you?
Yes.
Look at that. All of this dirt and dust. As we go backwards and forwards, we can take it all up and get it all up there.
Yeah, except, of course, you've now rendered it, it's now full.
It's
so
full
it's
again.
Pick up the last little bit.
Absolutely, it's absolutely typical, isn't it? It's absolutely typical.
You scuppered yourself there. But it took most of it up.
Exactly, and that's the point. What you have here is the point of being able to take all of that away and then dump it all down on the carpet as well, which is really impressive.
And here, why don't you talk us through this lovely little video?
Absolutely.
Impressive. Oh, well, it's going too quickly. I can motorise that. See? Prevents hair and debris build-up.
It does.
Oh, I managed it that time. Powerful cyclonic action. Or suction, even.
It really is. And you've got, of course, the elbow tool there that is working so nicely for you.
And boost with turbo speed. Clean. Oh, it's gone. 29. Oh, it's gone. Convert the hand. Oh, it's gone.
It's all there, Rob. It's all there for you. It's all there for you on the screen. It's It's written there for you.
With tools included. Ow!
Exactly. Here we go. I just gave it a quick shake of the filter.
Yeah.
And there we go. Look, it's all up there now.
Again, you're putting it through the sort of level of...
You wouldn't do that at home at all.
Of course not.
That's the thing. So...
Oh, it's lovely.
You've got a great way of being able to do all of that, plus the fact it's going to do your pet hairs as well.
Let's see that,
because it's also got the pet hairbrush too.
Yes.
And that's particularly powerful because it's got its own motorised brush on the pet head as well.
If you haven't got a pet, you don't have to go and buy a pet to use the vacuum, obviously.
Exactly.
It's good.
It's just more powerful.
Fluff and,
exactly
you know, for doing your drapes and your mattresses and your pillows and your cushions.
That's how grubby this chair is if it's got hair all over it. And you know, hair is difficult. The reason that we do the demonstration with hair is difficult to pick up.
Well, yeah.
That's the point. So let me just show you.
It's the cat hair. It's actually the saliva on cat hair, isn't it? And the dog hair.
Yeah, and it makes it particularly difficult to pick up, absolutely. And I've chosen the cream. Normally we use the dark blue chair, but I chose the cream chair because I wanted to show you just how powerful
that is, yeah.
That is, and it picks it up really, really well.
Are you doing the stairs next?
I can do the stairs
then
next.
maybe the toaster.
Is that because you want to sit down?
Yeah, because I can. Back's killing me. So,
Now look.
Who would like a shout out? Jodie and James.
Hello,
How are you? Hello, hello. And Brittany said hello to Mark. She loves, people were loving, including Brittany, the power spot.
The spot cleaner. It is good, isn't it?
It's a kit, isn't it?
Absolutely. Let me take that out of the way, otherwise you won't be able to see what's going on. So have a look at this. I've got my stairs
I'm doing
here.
this so I can really hone in on.
Well, I mean, you can see there that we also have the crevice tool and the 2-in-1 tool. I've just hung it up there for you.
And the wall mount.
You can also wall mount this as well if you want to.
And it's got contacts in there.
Exactly, so you can plug it in as it's hanging up on the wall. It's a really clever way of being able to do it. Brilliant. So here we go. By the way, remember, it has a filter at the top as well as a filter actually in the main part of the machine. So I'll show you the filter in the main part of the machine in just a moment. But have a look at this. It's really powerful for stairs. We've got more pet hair on the stairs, like so. So it's cleaning these stairs. There's a reason that we've put such a light carpet on these stairs. It's just so that you can see that we've got all of the dirt up there, and it makes light work of it. I mean, even stuff like cornflakes. Look at this. You could even clean the
risers.
Yeah, you can clean the risers, the mark risers. Exactly right. There we go. You can do that very, very easily. So it's as easy as that to be able to get all of that dirt up. Now, while I leave that machine there because that's got all of the dirt in it, here's one I cleaned earlier for you.
Oh.
Because, let me show you, this is how you take out the internal part. So, you simply undo the dust bucket in the same way as if you were emptying it, twist and pull. And then, let me show you this.
I'm going to say shout.
Not twist and shout. Here's the main HEPA filter. So as I say, this is a HEPA 12 and it will take up to 99.95% of all the microns out of all the particles out of the air. And that's small, 0.3 microns, because a human hair width is 70 microns.
Wow.
So it's a lot less than a human hair, absolutely. And all you do is you pull that out and you can rinse that under the tap. You can knock it just to get rid of the hair to start with. But look what I've revealed on the inside. You've got 6 individual cyclones, and that's where all of the different... so when they call it multi-cyclonic technology, that's what they're talking about. There are 6 individual cyclones there, all creating a separate whirlwind, and you've got this metallic filter around the outside as well. So it's filter after filter with the 3rd filter there as well. So really, really clever. And all you do with that is you simply open it up and you screw it back in. So you simply pop it up and you pop it in.
Nothing worse when, and this, I remember when I was a kid, my mum would always do the dusting first. No, sorry, the vacuuming first. And then the dusting afterwards, because the vacuum would send plumes of dust from the carpet up into the air.
Could I have the crevice tool?
Yes, absolutely. The big one.
Oh, either one, it doesn't
And then it would settle on the windowsills. And then she'd get a cloth, or as they used to call it in those days,
a cloth?
A duster.
Oh, a duster, yeah.
And dust with the duster. Which would then also send most of the dust back up in. And then by the time she'd sit down with a rich tea and an Earl Grey, it's all...
Hang on, rich tea and Earl Grey. That doesn't sound like a right combination.
I just didn't want to say rich tea and tea.
Okay.
So what's a regular tea called?
PG.
PG.
PG, Tetley.
Oh, right. rich tea and a cup of
Yorkshire
PG.
tea.
There you go. Or other tea brands are available.
Indeed.
And she'd go, I've just dusted that, and there's dust's all over the...
Yeah.
With this, you can actually take it out the room completely.
You can,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm just going to sit on the stairs a minute. You're sitting on the chair.
We're getting old, aren't we,
I'll
Mark?
sit-
We were young and vibrant when we started.
Once upon a time.
And that's just...
That was at 10 o'clock tonight when we came in, exactly right.
Yeah.
I've got my toaster here, and whether you're doing your toaster, whether you're doing your kitchen appliances, you can get round them really easily with the crevice tool. You can even get down the back of the sofa and pick up all of the junk that's down the back of the sofa there as well, or if you're lucky.
Or your wedding ring if it goes down the side.
Absolutely. Yeah, clean out the dust bucket and then go there for any jewellery. Look at this. And so now, really, really easily, get up all of those bits from your kitchen side. Oh, a little bit in the toaster there as well. Yeah. If we shake, if we shake, there's always bits when you shake your toaster, aren't there?
Oh yes. It does a good job. Look, at the end of the day, folks, it sucks up dirt.
And under £100 of 3-in-1 is really sensible. Pet tool, crevice tools, and of course your extra large floor tool as well, which has been redesigned to make it stand up by itself as well, which is really impressive to be able to do that. Now I've cleared the filter, I'm concerned if I've left a load of dirt around. So you talk, I'm going to do a bit of cleaning.
Well, I was going to say, I wanted to say that, because where I'm sitting here now, you could very easily, as I say, use the vacuum if you are in a seated position. I know there's, with one of the mops that we sell, there was a lady who wrote in and said that she's disabled, so she puts a stool in the middle of her kitchen, and then she mops around her. But you could do exactly the same with this as well, because it's a very long reach.
Exactly, 75-centimetre tube, this.
And the camel's knee in the middle.
Absolutely right, so you can go down and you can get right down there to be able to do that.
Can I borrow it from you for a second?
You can.
I'm sitting here.
Indeed.
Just to show you, you don't have to have the knee, but you see it's nice and lightweight, you see. But it gets a bit cumbersome when it comes back towards you, but that doesn't matter because you can do it like this.
Exactly.
I mean, that really does give you incredible flexibility.
And underneath your chairs, underneath your bed, underneath your dining room table, whatever it happens to be, you've got a really clever way of being able to... Just to prove, for the doubters out there that went, it doesn't pick up anymore.
Skeptics.
All I did was empty the bucket out because we were testing it to the... That's what we try and do. You won't do that at home.
It was full and it stopped working.
Exactly. And I said to you...
that on there.
Exactly right.
So, of course, it was not going to pick it all up.
So we've got some...
Take two.
Got some more dirt. Got some more dirt out here as well. This looks almost like an alien.
I've got to ask you to check out, folks. We have hundreds of you with items in your baskets. They're not doing any good to you there. The pans, you'll miss them. You will. If you've got pans in your baskets and you don't grab them now, they will go. And actually, the air fryer could even potentially go tonight as well. So get it on the way. It'll be coming to you in a few days. Jamie's watching. Hello, Jamie. How are you doing? Jamie's just come home from a nightmare evening at work.
Oh, no.
And was looking to find something to watch. He's never seen Shop on TV before.
Where's he been?
And he said it's must-have TV.
It absolutely is.
He said the experts are amazing.
Well, I try.
The presenters, at least 50% of them are good. I'm not telling you which 50%. And also, it's very rare that you see a live show at this time of...
Is it this half?
This half, yes. This time of night. Who else is live?
It's why we love being here at this time of night, isn't it?
Yes. It's 25 minutes past one. And I can walk up to a camera like this and I can just go, hi, how are you? And I can include Mark.
Thank you. I mean,
I can exclude him.
Let's face it, I look as little as I actually am when you do that.
This is his normal size, actually.
Exactly.
We have to use forced perspective to make him look human.
You know they used to call me pocket size, don't you?
I'm like Hagrid. Except I won't be Hagrid because it looks like Frost is getting that. I'm annoyed and also at the same time pleased.
I would be annoyed.
Of all the people they could cast, if it's not me, it's got to be Nick in it. Still think I'd be better though. Know what I mean, Harry? Anyway.
Would you like a science fact?
No.
Oh.
Of course, go ahead. I love science.
So, this has got a KPA of 11.
That's it.
Kilopascals. It's all about the suction power.
That's pressure.
So it's all about vacuum cleaners are measured in KPA, and the higher the KPA, the better. And the maximum vacuum cleaners normally go up to about 14.
Right.
And it can go as low as 5. This is 11, so this is really good.
Measure nuts as well?
I have no idea.
KP.
Oh, you are terrible. Terrible.
But you love me.
I do, absolutely. Look, so what you've got here is a chance of being able to also put your reach tools right at the end of the tube. This isn't heavy. This is aluminium as well. So they've made it so it's lightweight as well.
Blue as well.
I rather like it, absolutely.
You know, the one thing that we haven't addressed the elephant in the room.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, it's not the... It's not
is it a camel in the room?
It's a camel. He's missing one of his legs.
Exactly.
No, it's not really an elephant. It's a feature we have wanted to discuss, and that is that this is perfect for the vehicle.
Yeah, tell you what.
The car, the boat, the caravan.
Absolutely. Either put your crevice tool or your brush tool or even the turbo pet tool on the end.
Yeah, the turbo pet tool for the boot.
Or for the car seats.
Yeah. It'd be great if you've walked on maybe welly boots on some shingles.
Absolutely right.
Perfect for that.
You know why we're talking about it, don't you? Because I've actually been out to the car and
funny you should say
I've recorded a bit of video for it.
Almost as if I knew that. Shall we have a look at it? We're just going to, we'll see it in a minute. We want to keep you... Oh,
it looks like someone spilt their breakfast in the car, but the VL80 can deal with all of that. It's brilliant because you've got double HEPA filtration, you've got eco mode, and you've also got the really powerful turbo mode as well. So look at this, you can actually get it all up off your seats. And look, on turbo mode, you can really go for it. Get all of those bits up, no problem at all. And by the way, you can also retract the brush and get right in there with the crevice tool all the way through and get your car as clean as it's ever been.
And so I just said, forget it, you know, go out with them some other time, you know. So.
Are you talking to the vacuum cleaner again?
Sorry, I didn't know this. This is the one that talks back. Joanna! Hello, Joanna! How are you? Well, that's a bit too close. She's just asking about the Starry Night mattress, and our producer Leslie has responded to you. Thank you for watching, Joanna. It's wonderful to have your company. We really appreciate it. Anyone else who's watching, if you want to shout out, happy birthday, anything like that? It's not like we've got anything better to do. Good, yeah. Oh, we do charge for that service, but not very much.
Late Mother's Day, in case you forgot.
No, that's a good point, actually. Yes, you could. There used to be, in the old days, you could record television.
Really?
And well, yes, do you remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
And we could do shout-outs, and then you could play them for the people that we did shout-outs to. And we don't charge for the shout-outs at all.
Do you not? No. Oh, maybe there's another revenue stream there.
I'm not sure how ITV and STV would feel about that.
As long as they got the money, they'd be
that's
all
true.
Right. Yeah. It's all about sharing. Sharing is caring, right?
Yes, yes.
I just thought I'd go and get another handful of dirt for you so that you could see it is a powerful vacuum cleaner that gets all the bits up. And if you are finding anything stubborn, just go into turbo mode. You've got up to 40 minutes run time with this particular vacuum cleaner, the VL80 from Tower. And do you know what? I can do most of I've got a 2.5 bedroom house, and I can do every room in 40 minutes. I've got carpet apart from the bathroom and the kitchen, and I can do every floor surface in under 40 minutes.
I believe somebody once told me the average for like a flat, if you're only vacuuming for about 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's not very much.
And the rest of the time you're just usually plugging and unplugging. No more with this. No more bags to buy.
Well, there's the thing.
No more cords to trip over.
Partly the elephant in the room that you were talking about as well is people say, is it powerful enough to replace the corded vacuum cleaner?
Powerful enough to replace the corded vacuum?
Yes, it is, funnily enough. It's surprising that you asked that.
I know, I know where I get it from.
We used to have vacuum cleaners that we plugged on that side, did this bit of the room, plugged on that side, did that bit of the room, did the first half of the stairs, then plug it in upstairs and do the second half of the stairs. You don't need to do any of that anymore. This is 29.6 volts of battery. Simply means that you've got a powerful enough motor in there with the battery that it will do not only time, but it's got the power. With those 11 kPa, it will take your suction. You don't need a corded vacuum cleaner anymore, and that's what's so good. Plus the fact, of course,
the battery's
also removable and rechargeable.
So you can charge it in situ. And I love the fact that I'll show you on. This is the wall mounting bracket, and it's just 2 screws. You know, you're going to template. Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go.
So when that's what, could you take that out just for a second?
Is it heavy?
No, not so much that. But there are actually
yes.
contacts here. So what you do is you plug that in there. Now, a lot of wall mounts for other corded vacs, you still have to plug directly into the battery. So what's the point of that? You're constantly plugging in and out. Not so with this. But you don't have to use this, and you can either plug it into the battery directly with this in, you know, on the counter, or take the battery off and, you know, leave that somewhere else and then charge the battery wherever you want to charge it.
You know, they say that the definition of madness is trying the same thing over and over again. It's like expecting a different result.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again. I'm going to.
Oh, go on.
I'm going to do what I did before.
But also, what was I going to say? Oh, there was something. Yes, I believe manufacturers are actually stopping. They're actually not making the corroded vacs so much anymore.
I'm not surprised. They don't need to.
Yeah.
Exactly right. They don't need to.
It's not like you're buying an alternative. This is in addition to. This is the new technology. It's tomorrow's technology. Today.
Isn't that clever? Sorry. Do it again. No.
This is the future now. I had an alternate.
The future's bright.
The future's orange.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that because
Orange is EE now, isn't it?
Yeah. The lady that did the original Orange adverts.
Yeah.
Is the lady that does the Chiltern Trains announcements.
Is that right?
It's like, and I don't know what her name is, but I really want to find out.
OK, I'm going to stand up. 'Cause I'm silly sitting down there like that.
No, you don't.
Don't know what that was, but anyway, yeah.
That was my spare tube, don't worry.
Good.
It's all
I've
good.
left it somewhere else.
And here. There we go.
To show you the pile does work.
Absolutely, look at this. And so...
It's working!
There you go. I knew it would.
Because now it's not completely full.
Exactly right. It was 3/4 full. There we go.
It was completely full. Yeah. Great. Good stuff.
Look at that. And you can see just how powerful edge-to-edge cleaning, 20% bigger floor head as well, and that 29.6 volt battery really does deliver the power.
Amazing. Do you want to have a little breather? Or do you feel like waxing lyrical about the air fryer?
I can do whatever you would like.
Because I don't know how that works. Because I know you're here for this. But Jamie's just made his first purchase.
Well done.
With the vacuum. It was his birthday last Thursday. Do you sing?
Badly.
OK, good. I'll do it then. So Jamie,
I could harmonise badly with you.
For you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jamie. Happy birthday.
Whoa. Hang on a minute. Doesn't someone own the rights to that song and we can't sing the whole thing?
No, not anymore.
You carry on, that's fine.
OK.
I was just a bit concerned.
I'm so glad you didn't kill the moon.
Right. I'm famous for it.
Where were we? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Jamie. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Yeah. I think it's the Christmas one. It's the 5 gold rings. All the rest of it is.
Oh.
But except the 5 gold rings, apparently.
Oh.
That's
nice.
Copyrighted.
Oh. Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, apparently Paul McCartney used to own it.
Ah. Doesn't surprise me.
I couldn't afford his rates. Watching support. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is 460569. It is the Tower, that well-known name. Often, many a time and often, the Rialto, I've walked into people's kitchens and I've seen Tower fridges and all manner of other Tower appliances. They're a trusted British name. It's the VL80 Pets. It's not, you don't have to have a pet. It's not just for pets, but it does do pets as well, if you know what I mean. Or more to the point, it doesn't do the pets. It does what they leave behind, or it gets rid of what they leave behind in terms of hair and, you know, fur balls and things like that. Cordless. It is completely cordless, doesn't require a cord whatsoever except when you're charging it, and you can even charge that on the included mount if you so desire. Comes with a multi-purpose crevice and dusting tool, which it sort of adjusts, or there's another word for it, but I can't think what it is. It you know, goes from one to the other. Transforms. There we go. I found it in the end. And it has the standard crevice tool as well, with the extra long nozzle to get really deep down into those crevasses. And it comes, and most importantly, comes with the small motorised head. We're calling it the Turbo Pet Brush. It's the Turbo Brush. I don't have pets, but it doesn't matter. You can do your curtains. You can do your mattresses, your cushions, your pillows, all manner of soft furnishings. It's very good. It's normally 50 quid extra. but it's included. It's actually now part of the package. You get the whole kit and caboodle, the whole 9 yards, the whole ball of wax for $94.99, ladies and gentlemen, down from $139.99. If you were to go and buy this somewhere else, you know, in any of those well-known stores, you would pay more. I can prove it because we have been preparing, while you were waiting, a graphic that shows this. The DIY.com tonight, I've just discovered that's B&Q. It's $139.99. It's our usual price. Comet, $119.99. Littlewoods, $134.99. Tower Housewares, their own website, $119.99 on sale. We have the best price in all of the land, in all of Christendom, ladies and gentlemen, as far as we're aware, $94.99. And you know what? Those big websites, they probably sell this all day long at those prices. Today, so when like I said, I spent £230 on an air fryer, but it was $269 normally. What did I do? I went to my Google and I went to the shopping tab and I put in the model I wanted to buy, and one company had it. I'm sad to say, not us. We don't have it at all. But one company had it for $229, so it was a big discount. And also, I also bought a grilled, a very special health grill today. That's normally $269. It was on a special offer, a spring sale at $205. And then I nearly bought it the other day, and I'm glad I didn't, because today when I went to have a look at it, they did a 40% off flash sale. So I got it for $164. So I bought it straight away. That's what you do, isn't it? When you see a price is really good, you buy it, don't you? So why don't you do that now? Max and Arturo. What a great pair of names, actually. They're enjoying the banter. We love a good banter. Can I do a Star Wars joke? You love your banter, right? I don't know if you're Star Wars fans. If there are any Star Wars fans watching, I know Christopher Beckers is watching. Hi, Chris, how you doing? And he will appreciate this. If the banter's not very good, what do we call it? Banter poodoo. I thought that was quite good myself, you know. Obviously, if you don't watch Star Wars, then you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Ben is watching after a night at the pub. That's the best way to watch me. I wish I had been joining you. He wants a big shout out to Hayley, whose birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hayley, for tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. Ollie and Bev, was it? Was it Ollie and Bev? Ollie and Beth. Ollie and Beth. Oh, what another great pair of names. So they used to watch me on a couple of years ago on a different channel. No, I have been trying, they were asking me about Harry Potter. I have been championing, I'm a professional actor when I'm not doing this. And ever since the first Harry Potter film came out, people would come up to me because of my resemblance to Robbie Coltrane, and they would think they knew I wasn't Hagrid because he's a fictional character, but I've lived for 20 years as if Hagrid was a real person and famous. People coming up to me all the time. Being a professional actor and also being a huge Harry Potter fan, one of the biggest there is, when the TV show came around, all of my agents and so on and so forth, I even managed to get an email address for the exec producer of the films, the wonderful David Heyman, who is amazing. And he was great, and he replied to me, and I threw my name in. I put my name into the goblet of fire, so to speak. And they're going all A-listers. I don't think they even gave me a second's thought, unfortunately. So I'm realistic, I know. Big opportunity, who wouldn't want it? But I do genuinely believe that I could be the very best new Hagrid that of any choice that they could make. If you don't believe me, go to my YouTube channel, Rob Lock on TV. That's at Rob Lock with an E, ROBLOCKE on TV, ONTV. And there is an audition. I took a scene from the very first film, Philosopher's Stone, and I recorded a famous Hagrid scene with me playing Hagrid. You decide. Now, sorry, Leslie, can we have it back? Oh, I've got to go back to Mark. Excuse me one sec. Sorry, excuse that shameless... well, it's not publicity, because I'm not going to get the role. But they're now talking about Nick Frost. And I have to say, I love Nick Frost. and I think he will be a very good Hagrid. So if he's the one that gets it and not me, then I will be okay with that. At least I can sleep at night. Right. So we're going to go back to our air fryer. Can I have that message back, Leslie? Because it flashed up and oh, thank you. Oh, we got 3 apparently. So we'll come back to Mark in a moment. So, because Leslie wanted me to stand here. She said, would you stand over there? How would you like me to stand, Leslie? How I like. How's that? Right, here's the first message. Hey! Stuart, first-time buyer. Hey, Stuart, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us, and thank you for trusting buying from us. We are your kind of official ITV and STV show, so your money is safe. Have just purchased the VL80. The Aquajet Pro Spot Cleaner. That is really good. I mean, they're both really good, but that's extra good. Brownie points secured with the other half. Farewell to the old Henry Hoover. Great show, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you watching, and we try to keep you a little entertained. It is television after all, but at the same time provide you with great bargains at amazing prices. Ben says, morning gents, currently doing an all-nighter, which he's been doing he's on this, oh gosh, on this day for the 6th year in a row. Since COVID, blimey, BBC iPlayer crashed and I've ended up watching TV shopping for the last 15 minutes. Don't know why, I'm finding it so entertaining. What do you mean you don't know why? Well, it's not just me, but we keep it light around here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you'll come back. I mean, shopping should be fun. Who goes shopping out of duress? I suppose there are certain scenarios, most men, I suppose, but but no, I enjoy a shop as well. It should be fun, and that's my whole philosophy and approach anyway. Kaylee and Jamie say, loving the show. Hope you enjoy your steaks, and I will. I put a bit of steak seasoning, a bit of garlic, big knob of butter to cook it all in, some lovely Himalayan salt. Oh, that'd be great. And Nikki, it was so funny. Oh, the Tower Aquavac, it talks to you. Put me on charge for a clean. Thanks, Mark, for showing us a great product. It is a good day. I watched that show.
All my fans are out tonight. Have you noticed?
I know. At least you've got some. I don't think I do. No, please, no pity. I don't need your pity. And Joanna just said thank you for her shout out. She recorded it. How do you do it? How do you record TV these days? Mike in Suffolk has a question about the Tower Vac. Now, Mark, are you ready? I am. I'm going to throw this one your way. Okay. So, Mark is...
Shall I come to you or shall you
come
to me?
You can go...
There we go.
So how old is the gentleman? 83. Fantastic. It's my dad's age. And he wants to know how heavy it is.
Okay, this bit, just under 2 kilos. With this, about just over 2.5 kilos.
So just 2.5 bags of sugar?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Well, if they're 1 kilo bags.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense.
Thank you very much.
2.2 pounds.
Yes.
Per kilo.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. That's quite expensive.
Oh, God. I'm going.
Right. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Can I interest you in an air fryer? Just like what was on the back of that lorry a minute ago. No, seriously. I'm so impressed with it. I'm very happy. I know I spent a lot of money for my air fryer. I'm happy. I'm going to be happy with it, I know, because it's a super model. But having seen this, and I've got Swan everything in my home. I really do. My coffee, my sugar, my tea bag canisters, all Swan. My toasters Swan, my kettle's Swan. I love Swan. They've been there again. Another great British brand. Kat says, still up with my 2-year-old, wondering how much sleep I'll get before work. I know how that goes. You're my saviours. I don't know how or what I'd do without you. Well, you're always welcome. Everyone is always welcome. We're here every night between midnight and 3. Sometimes we're on later. If you check your electronic programming guide, it will tell you what time we're on. Or you can go to shopontvlive.co.uk and follow the live show, and you'll see a list of all of the shows and what time they're live on the screen. And we're interactive. You can call us. Well, you can if you want to talk to the studio, you can email us, or you can use our web sort of texty, boxy thingy. And lots of new people watching tonight. I appreciate it. Every night new people discover us. By the end of 2062, I imagine at least a handful of people will know who the heck I am. So no, honestly, you are welcome, and we're here to answer your questions if there's genuinely. Although we have a bit of a laugh as well. I'm on usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm covering for Sean and Hayley tonight, who are on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday normally. And we have other guest presenters that pop up from time to time. And Kat says exactly what she said last time. That's brilliant, Kat. Well done. Thank you. So can I please enthuse about this? In all seriousness, it's brilliant. I know you'd probably think, oh, of course you'd say that, Rob. That's your job, isn't it? Yeah, but I don't get paid any commissions or anything on if these things sell, which they sell in. Look, I'm not saying this to impress you. I'm saying this to impress upon you. I've worked in interactive television or transactional television since 1994, I think was when I first went on the air at the very first shopping channel. And I was there on and off for about 7 years. I worked for a shopping channel in the US, 2 shopping channels in the US actually, one of which I actually ran for a year. And then I was with another channel that also broadcast on ITV for about 2 years back around during the pandemic. So if you total that up, it's probably about 10 years, something like that, right? Maybe a bit more. And in that time, I've been there, seen it, done it, got the T-shirt and the novelty mug and the pen and the tote bag. And so when I see something that I like, it's rare. But also in that time, and what I'm saying to impress upon you, not impress you, is that my personal sales, I stopped counting when they exceeded 1 billion, with a B, pounds. If I had even 0.1% of a commission on that, I would be in Belize sipping on a Mai Tai. So the point is we are paid a flat rate. So whenever I get enthusiastic, the enthusiasm is genuine. It is entirely my own. And this ticks every box. Number one, it is vertical. So you have 2 things. You have the width of only 1 basket and the depth of only 1 basket. So it's about 45 deep. It's about 27 wide. And I forget what the height was. We'll show you in a moment. So again, it's about the same footprint as a double toaster, I would say, approximately. It is a little deeper because obviously, if I can show you, I think. Oh, no, I can't because it's all wired in. It's got the vent on the back. Maybe if I go this way. Oh, there we go. Yeah, right. So let me show you. This is the bit you don't normally see around the back, right? So that's your sort of heat dissipator. I can't get it all the way around, but there are vents, there are grills on that side where the hot air comes out, okay? So it's a little deeper, but the thing is, if you've only ever had a single air fryer, and many people will get the single because they'll go, well, I haven't got room for a double because they're wide. Because normally, double would be that wide. Yes? A lot of space. Now there is, the company I just bought, the air fryer I just bought from, they make a Super XL, which is it's colossal. And I don't have room for it, which is why I didn't get the XL. I just got the regular size one. So that means that you can have, there is enough real estate to give you a bigger basket. So that the air fryer I bought, 5 litres. That's per basket. This is an extra, it's 5.5. Now that per basket. Now that means that you can get a colossal amount of food in there. I actually would not have bought this for myself. Do you know why? Because it's too big. I wouldn't need all of it. It's so big. I mean, I would have got it because obviously you can cook 2 different types of food at the same time with a dual basket air fry. So that's which is why I got the dual basket one for myself. But for the quantity, I mean, if you've got a big family, this is going to be. I don't even think that if you've got sort of cookware for your oven, that it would be that much bigger, if as big, as these drawers. So it's perfect for a big family. But also, you know, if you are somebody that lives alone or you've just a couple of you can do lots of different foods all at the same time. But before Leslie tells me this question, here's the magic sauce here. So all air fryers have a trivet. This one, now some of them, they kind of just lodge in. This has got a lip. So that is where fat goes. So this is, again, from a health perspective, if you're trying to reduce fat, although I don't personally advocate that because I'm on keto. And it depends on the type of fat, obviously, but you know. this actually, when you put the trivet in, sits on top of that. But the big purpose for that is, you'll notice from the grate, and that is grate. It's a great grate. The hot air, the cyclonic, superheated dry air, gets under the food, and so it browns all round. If you put your sausages in there, folks, you won't have to turn them, which is great. And that's one of the things I hated about doing sausages in the pan. Or you might turn them once. Sometimes I'll flip over on my grill. I've got an air frying grill. I will flip them halfway through. So that's number one, but also excess fat drips away. And actually, if you want to, it's a great way, if you keep the fats from when you cook meats, you can just, with this sort of drip lip, you can pour them into your oil container or into a bowl or whatever and save them for another day if you so desire. So that's number one, but these have, and forgive me, maybe on these new vertical air fryers, this is all the norm now, but I'm not familiar. This is the first one I've seen. And this has a second trivet. And this trivet has a little retractable legs. And so those go on top of the basket, meaning that you can do this. You can cook 4 different foods at the same time. Incredible. That is just, you could do your meat and your veg, and if you've got now, do you know, I was stupidly early, I've just, you know, sometimes when your brain thinks something and it takes a while to process. I was saying you could have a meat and a vegetable or vegetarian option in one tray, but that might not fly with the vegetarian because there could be transfer spatter from meat and so on and so forth onto their vegetable dish. But there's nothing to stop you doing your meat, because you could do chips and chicken and chips in there, if you so desire, just to pluck an idea out of the ether. And you could do a vegetarian or vegan dinner in the bottom, and there would be no transfer whatsoever. So, in fact, Dean, are the 2 compartments completely separate? Yes, they are. So somebody in his household, one of the people in his household is celiac. Yes, absolutely they are. There is no, in fact, Paul, can we get in there? I'm going to try and lift it forward. Can you see? It's totally sealed. There is no way for anything to get through the floor of that. Yeah, isn't that cool? So, well, it's not, it'll be hot when you turn it on. Aha! So this is perfect for that. By the way, all the trivets and everything can go in the dishwasher, as can the trays if you want to. But I tell you what, just soak them. They're non-stick, and I find, maybe this is just me, my health grill, I've got to replace the plates on. I'm going to give it away to somebody, but I'm going to replace the plates on it first. And I'll tell you why. Because when I put it in the dishwasher a couple of times, sometimes, like I'm in a very hard water area, and the dishwasher salt is quite abrasive, and it made the non-stick, it basically scratched it, and eventually it started flaking off. So I don't advocate for putting non-stick into a dishwasher, that's just me. But you don't need to with this, it's very, very easy to clean. That's number one. Beautifully stylish, you've got a nice stainless steel top. Now, I don't know how hot it will get on the top, probably not hugely hot. But I tell you what, you could probably use it as a plate warmer. I don't know, I just had that idea. It may not, because we haven't turned it on. It's so new, I haven't been able to turn it on and cook in it. 5-litre basket, both top and bottom, and that's going to save you up to 30% of your workspace because of the vertical design. And again, here are the dimensions if you want to have a little measure. So the cord length is 75 centimetres. This means nothing to me, I still do inches. But non-slip feet, 27.9 centimetres wide, 44.5 centimetres deep and 35.2 centimetres tall. Again, you've got the extra size in the baskets because it's not taking up as much space. So Swan have obviously said, you know what, we could put a little bit of extra girth into those drawers, and that's what they've done. Now, the colour display I'll show you in a moment because it's fabulous. It's a touchscreen display. I've never seen a touchscreen display, a proper touchscreen display on an air fryer before. So these are the presets. You literally put the food in, hit the preset, hit go, boom. French fries, chicken, fish, steak, veg, chicken wings, prawns, cake, and you can defrost as well. So if you've got stuff in the freezer, you get home like me, I work shifts, I get home about 4:30 in the morning. If I had something in the freezer, I could defrost it first and then cook it. Or, you know, maybe you're going to defrost it and you're going to pan fry, because actually I do believe I'm right in saying you can cook in an air fryer directly from frozen. You just have to adjust the cooking time, and I'll talk about cooking times in a minute. And there is also a custom button. So let me show you. Here's your cooking journey. You have simple decisions to make. The first one obviously is, what am I going to cook? So let's say, for example, you're not going to use the double trivets this time around. So obviously you would take those out. They stack as well because, of course, they have the foldable legs. So I can fold those down like so. I'll put that over there, right? So basket number one. What should we put in basket number one, Paul? Director Paul, brisket of beef. I like your thinking. Brisket of beef goes in there, right? And in the top, sir, roast potatoes, tatties, right? Or tater tots even, right? So those go in there. Now what do you do? Well, you flip out your screen, which is nice and space saving when you're not using it. And if it's plugged in, you'll notice the only illuminated button, well, it's not a button, it's a touchscreen, right, is the on-off. But it also acts, because it's got a little play and a pause, you can stop, and you can start and also pause. Look immediately, these are actual photographs of the food. Never in all of my days have I seen that before. There's normally a little diagram or a pictogram, but these are actually real photos. And then the dashes at the top are your cooking times and temperatures. I'll show you that in a sec. So what did we say we were doing in, so you select your basket. Number one, beef. I can't see from that distance, Paul. You'll have to guide me. Where's beef? Steak. Where is it? There. So that, it's steak, it's beef. It's, because it's the right temperature. The time you may vary. Right. So because we're going to cook chips or roast potatoes in the top, that means you're going to need different cooking times and you're going to need different cooking temperatures in each basket, right? This is not one oven, this is two ovens atop of each other. So, Paul, can we go back to the display, please, sir? So now we're going to select number 2, and we're going to go for, I can't see if there's a potato thing, so it's going to be chips, isn't it? Right. French fries. So that, that gets you started. Now, you can see one is 17 minutes, one is 27. So what you want to do is you want to make sure those cook and finish at the same time. So you hit sync, and now that's what's going to happen. So the food that takes less time, the chips, it won't start until 17 minutes before the chicken's done, right? And then they'll both complete together. But if you want to adjust no, not the temperature in this case, but the time, you'll see there is down here a time and temperature button. So I'm going to hit it. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit it twice. I'm going to do it one more time. So hopefully I've got, where's my plus minus? That should be, oh, that's the time. So I want to increase the time. Oh, well, hang on, wasn't quick enough. Hold on. I'm going to say, because we're doing brisket of beef, yeah, 31 minutes is fine. It's really hard to do this back to front. What do I do now? I hit play. I hit go. There it is. Right? And you see the top, it says hold. That's not going to click on until there's only 17 minutes left on the chicken. Now, so that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do, oh, and by the way, I think you probably can. Let me just see if I select basket 2. No, actually, once it's going, that's it. Right. So I'm going to stop it, press and hold, if you get your finger on the button properly. Ah, there we go. Sorry, it's just doing it backwards. I'm not quite getting my fingers on the buttons properly. Hold on. I'm trying to hold it so that I can turn it off. No, I haven't got my finger on the button proper. Hold on, Paul. Let me just do this. Sorry. Come on, turn off. Anyway, you press and hold that to turn it off normally. I don't know if I've just got greasy fingers or something. And if you wanted to do the same in both baskets, then all you have to do is select dual, Ah, there we go. And that will cook, so I paused it, there we are. That will then cook at the same temperature and the same time in each basket. It's a really good bit of kit, doesn't require any preheating. You're looking at a cooking time of 1 to 60 minutes and temperatures of 60 up to 200 degrees. So again, use the same temperatures and times as your regular oven, but if you look on recipes and things like that that talk about oven temperatures and cooking times, make sure you follow the fan-assisted guidelines. And when I mentioned cooking times and temperatures, anything you might want to cook in an air fryer, if you are not sure, when I first got my very first air fryer, I was like, I have no idea how long to cook stuff for. Google or Bing or whatever search engine you use, there are millions of recipes, and there is so much information on YouTube, on the web. If I have never cooked something in my air fryer before, I just Google it and I go, rack of lamb, cooking time, air fry UK, and it will tell you, and you'll see pictures and there are videos, and so you can get it done exactly the way you want it, and that's what I do. So you don't even need an instruction booklet with this. The internet is your friend, trust me. Actually, so say again, please, Leslie. So Nuran says, greetings from the north. Hello, how are you doing? She's celebrating Eid. Is it Eid? I don't know what that is. Oh, it's forgive me, it's an Indian celebration. I was not familiar with that. Sounds very interesting. I will Google it when I get off the air. And what is it now? It is a Muslim holiday, so congratulations if that's what one wishes you when you're celebrating. And what else does she say, Leslie? She can't think of a better way to end the celebrations than to cozy up in bed and watch Shop on TV. Well, are you saying that we are your end of celebration treat? Lovely, I like that. It's always nice to be a treat and not what I'm used to. We're going to see this in action very briefly in a moment, and then we're going to come back to what's left of the pans. I can't fault this. It's the Cyclone technology. You have fans at the top that they circulate superheated dry heat, and that cooks really quickly and it cooks really evenly. And I promise you, if you've never used an air fryer before, it locks the moisture in better than any other cooking method I've ever used. And it's oil-free or fat-free. You don't have to cook with oil or added, oil or fat. You can spritz a little over your potatoes if you want them to be golden brown, or meats. I tend to brush melted butter on them. Great on if you're doing a pork belly and you want some really, really crispy crackling. But also straight out of the freezer. You can do, if you've got wings in the freezer, or if you buy frozen potatoes. But it's not just dinners and it's desserts. Anything you can do in your oven, you can do in this too. So you can bake cakes in here. You can do tarts, if you wish. You can do crumbles. I mean, there's literally in a dish, you could do lasagnas and moussakas and shepherd's pies and whatever you like. The big difference is A, no preheat time, and number two, it's an efficient use of space. Because, if let's say I do a Sunday roast, right? So it's about that big, yeah? And you put it in a roasting tin, about that big. And then you put it in an oven where there's this much space on the top, this much space on the bottom, and that much space on each side. And also, depth-wise too. So it takes 20 minutes to heat up. All that electricity is being used to heat up, to preheat the oven, 20 minutes or half an hour before you've even started cooking. So there's the wait time as well. So it's inconvenient, or it's less convenient, and it's more energy consuming. This is the solution. But also ovens tend to dry out food. I understand, certainly in my experience they do. This does the opposite. They call it air frying because it's literally what frying does. The reason frying is such a good method of cooking is that it's so hot that it sears and seals the outside of the food. That's what it's supposed to do anyway. But undoubtedly, the downside is, of course, that some of the oil or the fat gets soaked into the food. And when you're using vegetable oils and things like that, not always the healthiest thing to put in your body. Whereas when it's just air, again, it's so hot and it sears the outside of the food and keeps the juices in. It's brilliant. 698198 is your item number from Swan. Get one while we've got them. It's brand new today. Literally, this is the launch of it here on Shop on TV for us at $99.99. And you can spread the cost interest-free over 3 months if you so desire. $35.65. I'm just annoyed at myself that I couldn't turn it off. I've obviously got fumbly thumbs tonight. It's always the way. It's a professional hazard, you know, when you're presenting on television. Now, oh, guess what? We have my pans. These are my pans. Well, these ones aren't, but I have the exact same ones. I'm telling you, if you trust me and haven't got these pans, and basically, if you're in the market for a new set of pans, maybe your pans have seen better days, or you've got naff pans that just don't do very much. Two things. One of these, when we show you we're going to show you a clip from our Warrington studio, and I think it was Matt McNamara, was it, with Paul Brodell? You'll see a hob, right? It's which I got from Amazon. It's an induction hob, two plates. I paid £99. I bought the same one for myself. That, in concert with these, if you don't have an induction, if you're going to get these, it's worth buying an induction hob, even if it's a portable one. They do work on any hobs. And if you've got gas, no problem. It's all about heat. It's all about temperature. And halogen and electric hobs just don't get the pans hot enough, in my experience. Once you've got enough heat to sear the food and brown the food, which these do with an induction hob, it's good stuff. The food is very, very, very tasty. Have a look.
Oh, steak.
I was like, you know, from The Simpsons when it's all pork.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
steak. But Tal, we are proud, because, Paul, you're not going to put your name and your time and your
do you know what? I
anything,
absolutely love this. And again, with the detachable handles, it is just so good. And again, you can pop them straight in the oven then.
Yep.
And you can pull it out with one oven. But just imagine you suffer from stiff joints, anything like that.
Yep.
You can put the two handles on, take it out with two handles. How much easier is that? If you've ever taken a pan out with a wet cloth before, you only do it once. Where this makes life so much easier. It really is so good. We're going to put it to the ultimate test, really. I've got so many different things to do. Now, if you've ever burnt milk or cheese in a pan before, you know how much it can really stick.
Yeah.
You know, if it's stainless steel, it can be terrible, can it? But imagine now, I am going to literally pop a steak in here, and there's no oil in there. I don't know whether you can see the onions. They're not sizzling because there's no oil there.
Yep.
Nothing at all.
So lose the fat, not lose the flavour.
Exactly. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
Of course, you've got the 2.5mm base with the even heat distribution, and then your amazing Sarah Shaw pans as well.
Now, in this one, I'm just burning some cheese. I'm just going to show you the worst scenario. Now, you imagine not only cheese, so imagine on your lasagna dish, anything like that. Imagine putting a bit of egg with it too. Imagine.
I would imagine that, but it's going to burn.
Imagine putting a bit of pancake batter in there as well.
My kids would love this.
Really trying to get it to stick. Now, while this is melting, I'm just going to turn over our steak.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm just going to give it a bit of a nudge. Look at that, look.
So no oil, that's just the natural oil from the steak.
That is just the natural oil that's come from the steak. And look at this. Caramelisation sears beautifully. Oh, how gorgeous is that? Just
so that's the even heat distribution for you.
That is, yeah, that's that wonderful thick base that you've got on there.
That means you've got the garnishes cooking at the same time. You're not worried about cold spots with your heat distribution.
Pop in a few mushrooms there. I'm going to do it in a Stilton and cream sauce in a minute. But look at this one.
So this is all burned on now, surely.
Well, look,
you've ruined your pan. Oh, no, you haven't.
Can you see how it's just perfection personified, isn't it?
That is
look at that look. Now you imagine a hot pan like that. I'm now going to put some omelette mix in there.
Just look at the pan. It's clean. That's the Sarah Shaw ceramic non-stick.
The cleanup is so easy. You can put them in the dishwasher if you want to. They are dishwasher safe, but we don't think you're going to need to. Just give them a quick clean and away you go. But also up to 260 degrees in the oven. And then you've got your detachable handles, so you can go from oven to air fryer, from air fryer to table, to dining table, to kitchen, and back to the hob. Oh, and talking of hobs, have you got a particular type of hob and you think, oh no, are these saucepans good for it? Well, we're using the induction hob here in the studio, so it's the magnetic base, yeah? And then you can use these on any hob type. So induction, gas, electric,
Exactly.
all of them.
Now, I think I've just made the quickest cheese omelette you've ever had. Look how gorgeous. Cheese and herb omelette.
Oh my
look
gosh.
at that, look.
You pay so much.
How,
Look at that, it looks
and can
gourmet.
you see, completely clean as a whistle. Healthy and delicious, high in protein. Look at that.
I don't know how you did that, but that omelette looks really posh for some, like...
Well, and it's done in seconds. You imagine a bit of salad with that, and bam, you've got it in no time at all.
A few
Now,
frites with it, yeah.
so I would say that steak is pretty much done how I like it. You've got a nice lot of caramelisation. It's sizzling, bubbling, bit of salt and pepper. Pop that on there. But I'm now going to make a bit of a sauce with it.
You're losing
I've
the
got
fat, not the flavour, because you've not
Stilton
put in any
cheese.
extra oil or butter on these, and these are Cerashore non-stick. Cream straight in the hot pan, no worries. Yes, it's bubbling away, but we're not worried about it burning today.
Oh yeah, this will be the quickest Stilton sauce ever.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that, look.
You do like your
And
Stilton.
a lot of Stilton.
Yeah.
Get like this on fresh air left. Right. Now, and my top tip is just put a bit of pickle in with it too.
Ah. See, this is why Paul's
adds
a
a bit of sweetness.
top shop on TV
So this
chef.
wonderful. Now, if you think, oh look, it's going to burn, it's going to catch. Well, I'm going to prove that it won't. So I'll just let that Stilton melt, and then we've got the quickest Stilton sauce that you've ever had. And how much do you pay for ribeye and Stilton sauce? 25 quid in a restaurant.
25, 30 more,
Just
depending
going
on
to
where you
start
are.
our stir fry going.
Yeah.
Look at that. A bit of cabbage.
we're going straight from the pan to the wok here, because you can. This is a 13-piece set where you've got your 2 saucepans, the sauté dish, the 2 pans, and the wok dish as well. 2 detachable handles, very easy to use, so you click on and click off. All come beautifully boxed. It's a great wedding present, actually. Brilliant housewarming gift, or a treat to yourself. The thing is, I say treat, and it's not like an extravagance, is it? Because it's not like a, oh, I don't know when I'm going to use it, and I don't know if I'm going to need it. You know, this is cooking. This is something you're going to use every single day. This is something that you need to at least have a certain level of quality.
You may think, oh, look, he's burning out. Well, I'm doing it on pothos, but just look what happens when I go across.
It's peeling away.
It just comes away.
Yeah.
Look at that, look.
Obviously,
Plastic or silicone utensils.
soft utensils.
You smell that Stilton sauce. So I'm just going to pour that over the top, but I'm going to leave some in the pan.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Just to burn it on.
So
Really?
you're deliberately
burning it on, just to show you the
beautiful.
quality of these pans is just incredible. We've got our veggies here to go with it. Quick stir fry I'm doing here, trying to get it.
See, with my old wok, I used to have to be worried about the heat distribution, because I could never leave something. You were busy over here, and you left that going, but it didn't.
Yeah.
There weren't hot spots. You haven't
Just
suddenly charged
literally,
it.
I've just used a bit of spray oil like that to keep it going. Just wonderful. Now, remember this burnt mess?
It doesn't smell good. It's smelling
Think,
very burned up.
Look at that, look. But it just comes away clean. You know, this is what I want to show. How forgiving. You imagine someone knocks at the front door, the telephone goes, you know, you're occupied, something like that. We've all done it.
Yeah.
This is how forgiving these pans are. And this is why I really want everyone to experience
You're not there forever
how
with the
good
cleaner.
they are.
Yeah, you're not there forever wondering about how am I going to get this off, or soaking it, or wasting your washing up liquid, you know, or extra tools, or scrubbing. You don't want to scrub it because you don't want the damage. You wouldn't
Now, I
want to
just want
damage
to show
them.
you the outside too, where I poured the sauce. Literally wipes away clean. They are just incredible.
Remember, this is CeraSure ceramic. You're living the dream when you get these. Seriously, 13-piece set here from Tower. PayPal Pay in 3 as well, including your delivery, is £30.31 over 3 months. The guarantee, because you'd obviously think, you know, with such a good brand name as Tower, these are going to be guaranteed, right? Well, 10 years on the handles and a 5-year extended guarantee on the actual pans. You just need to activate it on the Tower website, of course. And being the Freedom range, the handles go across the entire range, so they interchange. And also, talking of interchanging and stuff like that, nesting as well. Which ones are hot, which ones are cold here? So that's hot. I don't want to touch that one, but looking, that one's hot, but it's got a handle. But I'll just drop this in so that you can see.
Yeah, let me.
So I've got the 2 different size saucepans here. One goes in the other, and they nest like so. So that's an example of at least 2 of them and how they nest. But they are very, very easy to stack. If you're thinking about a handle and is that going to get in the way in the cupboard? No, because you just detach the handle and it comes off and they nest like that. It does go all the way in, I promise. There you go. So which means they can be cake tins, baking trays, sauté dishes, woks. Is that locked in there?
Yeah, that's all locked in.
You know, you have got it, all your bases covered when you get this Tower Freedom set. And the Tower brand, one that's been going since 1913, you're doing well to get that too. And we have done a deal for you to make sure that we've negotiated this set down from £149.99 to £84.99 for the whole set.
Now,
£84.99.
again, I just want you to imagine here. So that one fits in that one, then your 2 cans on top and all the rest, and plus the one in here. And so they all fit on top of each other, and then you've got the lids.
Quite swish lids, aren't they? Because you've got
They certainly have, yeah.
You've got your window there so you can see what's happening inside your saucepan. You've got to stand behind it, so there you go. The vent is there for draining things or letting the steam out, and then you've got your gap for the handle. That's where the handle clicks on there. But that is a really, really nice, solid saucepan lid. That is.
Now we've done our stir fry now. I've just added some of our thick soya sauce in there. Wonderful. And again, that was just cabbage and some vegetables. How good is that? That's for our lovely Martha. That smells.
Yeah, you're making everyone's lunch today, aren't we?
There you go. That's nice and healthy.
Have you got your order in today? Yeah,
Look at that.
Didn't have to ask him twice.
And again, don't forget that CeraSure non-stick is on the outside of the pan as well. It really is so good.
Now, I hate to correct my colleagues, but those are not CeraSure. CeraSure is a type of non-stick. We have the CeraSure version, the $99.99. These are the diamond non-stick. So these are actually even better than the CeraSure. I mean, the CeraSure is phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but I don't know why they stopped making these. I'm really hoping they'll bring them back. So this is, the black diamond coating is 7 times stronger than non-stick. 7 times stronger non-stick, rather. Easy to clean. I haven't been able to stick anything to that, nothing. And I mean, I'll leave on 1800 watts. Now you saw that little double burner induction oven there, right? Or induction hob. 99 quid on Amazon, if you want. And there are others available, even cheaper probably. And I like, when I cook my steaks, so if I'm doing it in the sauté pan, I'll actually dice the steak, and then I cut up a whole cucumber, and I'll cut it into slices, and then I quadrant it. So I cut it one way, and then I cut it the other. But I sear the steak first, and I'll leave it for a minute or two. Go turn the telly on, get my whatever show I'm going to watch ready. So it really browns it, but it doesn't stick. So all of that char, all of that caramelization becomes flavour that then goes into the food, and it's delicious. Every time I sit down and I eat my meal, I'm like, oh, this is so much better than any rubbishy takeaway I possibly could have bought. And I remind myself of that every night, because then I look forward to and it's quicker as well. And also because the washing up is easy, because if the washing up was a faff, it would put me off. It's got to be about convenience, especially when you work weird hours and shifts like I do. This ticks all those boxes. Limited stock, they're about to sell out. If you want them, get them now, otherwise you will miss them. And I can't really say much more than that. It's up to you. Take the risk if you so desire. But if you want the best set of pans I think you've ever owned, I mean, even, to be honest, even if you spent hundreds on professional pans, I'd have those I was just about to move on. I'd have those any other day over a £200 stainless steel pan. I know that chefs would murder me for saying that. I ain't a chef, I'm a home cook. Right, $84.99, same price they were when we launched them. They are market beating. They are a huge saving. I don't know why they're still that price. I don't know why they were that price when we launched. I'd have happily paid 100, even 150 for those. They're all your sizes. Thank you very much. I've moved on. Just telling my producer that, giving her a definitive. There we are. It's over.
I was quite impressed because she said move on and then clapped her hands as well, like
I
a
know.
teacher.
And so did I or did I not?
You did move on. Yes, absolutely.
And I was all right. And then
I wouldn't argue with her either.
I guess I'm going back over here again. You know.
She's lovely, but I wouldn't argue with her.
I would not argue with her. Well, I would because I'd get a strange kick out of it. Because
Interesting.
Well, Leslie is one of the most wonderful people I've ever had the good fortune to know.
She is lovely, isn't
And Paul, our director, is equally so. For very different reasons, very different energies. I wouldn't want to upset Paul either.
He's bigger than you.
I'd be less inclined to upset Paul than Leslie.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I try not to upset
And the less
anybody.
said about Kieran. I can't wait to go home. As soon as no. Let me rephrase that. All right, hang on. Let me finish.
None taken.
The minute I get off air, in fact, if I might even do it on camera, I'm going to go on my hair and even up all of this floppiness, so I've got it all over at least. And I'm getting a haircut next week.
Do it for us now.
Because it'll look awful. I'm terrible at going to the hairdressers. And I'm so busy with all my jobs.
That's the thing.
I work 18 jobs.
Wow.
And for a pittance, get up in the morning, eat gravel off ground, go to the pit, work 28 hours a day. Carry on. I think what we're going to do, I don't know how long we've got left on the show.
Yes.
Some people say, Mark,
Yes.
I believe even your website promotes you
Indeed.
as a presenter.
Indeed it does.
So show us what you've got.
Partly.
No, he's never done it before.
Partly because I've been doing it since 1982.
Oh, God, should we compare?
Did my first TV show in 1982.
Shall we compare?
On ITV.
On ITV.
On ITV1, yeah.
Shall we compare lengths?
Go on.
Go on, how many have you done?
Oh, lots. And
Did you count them?
channels?
No, hours
Oh,
of live telly.
of live telly, probably 15,000 over the years.
Yeah, I took
would've thought.
a break to be an actor for 15 years, so
Yeah.
I know I've done more than 10.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about
That's
it,
a
the only
lot.
person I know that's done probably as much is Eamon Holmes.
And yet we look so young.
Yeah, I know.
How's that happen?
And you'd think after all those hours, they say 10,000 hours is all you need to be an expert. So you'd think we'd be
Oh,
good at
stop it.
No,
We are good at it.
Well, of course we are. Well,
We-
speak for yourself.
We try and make it look easy. That's the thing. Try. I just want to show you the all-new design of the floor head of the
please.
Tower VL FlexiPet. It's the VL80 FlexiPet. This is not the pet head. You've got a separate turbo head for the pets. But this is very clever because it's got anti-tangle technology. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the floor brush apart. So all you do is you do that and you pull the floor brush out like so. But can you see in here that you have a series of
Teeth.
almost teeth that also act as a comb.
Yes.
So that as the floor brush goes round, if it's got long strands of hair attached to it, it will comb them out and then suck them up. So it's very, very easy to do. And it's also simple to get the floor brush back in. So you simply pop it back in like so. Orient it to the correct position and then lock it back in. I didn't lock it back into the right bit.
Lock it back
There you go. Locked it right back in. And so that is a great way of just being able to do that. And then we'll pop it back on the end of its long tube.
Yes. I'm
Like
going to
so.
stand here and observe you.
Yeah, no worry at all.
This is Mark Rice, audition for Shop on TV presenter. Take one.
Take one. Well, OK, £94.99. This is a 3-in-1, but of course it's all about what the 3-in-1 can do. So with it being the floor head vac, it takes up all of your individual dirt really easily. And look, I've got a series of different types of dirt on the floor here. So it might mean that you want to go into turbo mode. And did you hear the difference there in turbo mode? Because with turbo mode, you've got even more suction power going on. And have a look at this. It takes light work of any different floor type. Now, we're doing particularly dark carpet here, but you can see that it's even adjusting the pile of the carpet, and I'm going backwards and forwards, enabling you to see that you're actually
working the pile of the carpet there as well. Now, as I say, this is just one of the 3 points of the VL80 because it is a cordless vacuum cleaner, 29.6 volts of power, 40 minutes of runtime, which is really impressive. And look, you turn it off and you saw as it was going backwards and forwards the 4 lights on the front, Rob, and that's particularly good because if you've got a way of being able to see where you're going, especially if you want to go underneath furniture. And you can go underneath furniture because it's got a knuckle joint.
Lovely.
Like
so. Stop you there. Your 2 minutes is up, as they say. 2 minutes can change your life.
Yes, they can.
And if I may channel Simon Cowell.
Please do.
What the blooming hell was that? No. I didn't like it. I loved it.
Hey!
It's a yes from me.
Ding! I want a golden buzzer. I want all the stuff coming down.
Do you? You know why I can't do it? Because this is not America's Got Talent. Or actually even Britain's Got Talent.
Plus the fact they would make us all clear it up before we went home.
You've got the tool for it.
Absolutely. That might take a while. I've got other floors to clean.
Mark's
oh, no.
going to do his own golden buzzering.
I dread to even think.
Yeah.
Now, look, we've got a chair here
the first time you've been showered with confetti, I'm sure.
No. It's a ticker tape parade. You know, I've never had a ticker tape. I bet you have.
No.
In America, no?
No.
Me? That would be good, wouldn't it?
Would be good. I've been to a ticker tape.
My friend Will went up to Newcastle because they won some big football thing, apparently.
Oh.
I don't know.
Clearly a fan.
I don't know anything about football, but he said it was that's the one. Yeah. He said it was a big football thing in Newcastle and he went up to do all the celebrations. So that was good. There is hair on this chair.
Where?
On the chair.
There?
On the chair.
There?
Oh, yeah.
With Claire?
Indeed. No, Claire's not around tonight.
Oh.
She's gone to bed.
She's open up.
Now, have a look, because it will get all of this hair right off it. Now, it's particularly good. This is the Turbo Pet tool. It's particularly good because we've even got hair on the back of the chair there as well.
Moving the chair as
now,
well.
I need to make sure I've got all of the hair off here before we take this chair back up to reception, because we nicked this one from the reception at the studios, and they would be particularly upset if it was covered in hair for all the clients that come in during the day.
Put those upstairs?
Why?
Because they're the only chair that I've ever known that isn't wide enough for even the littlest bottom to fit into.
To be fair, yeah, they are children's chairs, aren't they,
really.
by the look of it. Yeah. So you've got the pet brush there as well, which is particularly
But also for mattresses, remember.
Oh, absolutely.
The schmutz out your mattress or your
the body ash.
Body ash.
Body ash. That's a lovely term, isn't it?
You can vacuum the curtains, as I always say. Make sure you close the window first if you live above the first floor.
Absolutely, very much so. Yeah. And here we've also got a keyboard. So it's like I've had a particularly messy breakfast on my keyboard. If you take it, it's like I went a little bit over the top with it, apologies, but you know, it's like, but I just want to show you that you can get all of the bits out of your keyboard, which is just as well, because your keyboard is not going to work unless you get all the bits out of it.
You get little bits of dust, and in fact, actually, then sometimes I've got my at key doesn't work anymore. It's sticky because it's got dirt under it.
All the bits gone, and like some bits just fall out. But you've got very powerful suction. 11 kPa, which is all about the pressure there as well. Plus the fact that was all in eco mode, so I didn't even go to turbo mode there. There are 2 powers, so you
swap.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll just I'll
do-si-do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, go on,
go on, yeah.
I'll have that head. I'll swap you.
I thought you might want that head. Yeah.
Here we go. You can have that one. No problem at all.
Cheers.
So we're back to the pet
Don't
turbo
ever say
tool.
he doesn't give me anything.
Earache, headache. You know, it's like, look at this. So now I've got pet hair on the top stair, there on the stair. If the dog was called Claire, it would be quite funny.
That would be funny.
It would be funny. And then we've got
Claire the cockapoo.
Absolutely. Look at this. So you've got lots of power, and it all goes in to the 1 drum suction.
One drum.
One drum. And the nice thing about it is it's 1 litre, but it can take quite a lot more before you need to empty it. But as we saw earlier on, you might want, when you've got to that kind of point, take it to the bin, just empty it out. That's the point. Yeah. You don't want, what we're doing here is we're pushing it to the very limit to actually have as much dirt as it can. Because we do that deliberately. We want to show it doing its best life.
Under the worst conditions.
Exactly. And
Can I just remind everybody, Mark?
Please do.
In fact, let's do this in the style of Griff Rhys-Jones and Mel Smith. You know,
we could be nose to nose for this.
We could be nose to nose. Can you buy that?
You can buy it.
How'd you do that then?
Well, you buy it on Shop on TV, don't you?
What's that then?
It's that channel on STV and ITV1 at night.
Oh, right.
That one.
But yeah.
You can go to their website as well.
What's the website then?
On the internet.
Oh, yeah. What's that then?
That's like the world's knowledge all in one box.
Oh, that's clever,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is,
Oh,
isn't
that is clever. Yeah. And when you go there, what do you do?
Well, you can pop it in your basket.
They've got a basket on.
They've got a basket.
Internet,
It's clever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
clever.
Clever.
And then you put in your details.
Oh yeah.
And your
particulars.
and your payment card.
Oh yeah.
And it'll get delivered to you.
No.
Yeah.
What, to your home?
To your home.
Or anywhere else, maybe. If
you want.
Yeah, I want it delivered to my office.
Yeah, or your mum.
Or my mum.
Yeah.
What about Aunt?
Totally.
What about Aunt Susan?
No, probably not.
No, probably.
She wouldn't want it.
She wouldn't want one, would she?
No.
don't.
You know what she's like.
Oh, I know what she's like.
Oh, you know what she's like. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can buy it. So
You can buy it.
People watching that. It's not just a telly show that's ever so amusing because those fabulous presenters.
Yeah, but you can also
shop
buy
as
it.
well.
It's a shop as well. It's
Wow.
shop on TV.
It's almost like they thought of that specifically because that's what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're actually shopping
on the TV.
So what's that number at the top of the screen for then?
That's the item number.
Oh, yeah.
The item number.
Yeah, what's that do? What does that do?
Well, that shows you buying this item rather than anything. Like, because they've got hundreds of other items on their website.
Have they?
They're like internet on the box thing.
Right. So, and what about if you want to use the telephone?
Oh, you can use the telephone as well.
Yeah. You can. Oh, you can.
Yeah,
And
you
then
see where
just
it
tell them
says.
that, yeah.
See where it says in purple, shopontv.co.uk.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on that. The telephone number comes up.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
there it is. There it is. Telephone number there. And then you give them that like item code, and then you give
And you can buy it that way.
And they take your particulars.
Talk to a real human being.
A real human.
Real
Where
human
are
being.
they from then? Somewhere overseas, I imagine.
Well, I don't know where they're all from.
Well, all right, but what? He ballad got me, the bugger. They're in Ireland. They're very good. I enjoyed that.
Enjoyed that.
Wasted we are, aren't we? Well, you have to be to do this job.
This is true.
Just kidding.
Would you like to see the filters before we finish?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't complain if you showed me.
Okay, all right. Let me just show you the filters because there's more than one filter on the inside. This is HEPA 12 filtration. It takes up to 99.95% of all the particulates out of the air, all the nasties. Down to 0.3 microns.
Yep.
And if you imagine that a human hair is 70 microns thickness, that's very,
a lot
very
thicker,
small.
isn't it?
Exactly. So, look, this is one of the filters, and you
look,
simply
there it
pull
is.
it out. There you go.
Yeah.
And you can tap the dust out, but you can also wash that under the tap, but dry it naturally. Don't put it on a radiator or anything like that, because that'll force it out of shape.
It'll crinkle.
Exactly. And then you've got 6 individual cyclones in there, which is why they call it multi-cyclonic.
6 cyclones.
Multi-cyclonic technology,
Yes.
absolutely. And that's simply...
More cyclones in Kansas.
Well, in one season.
In one season.
Yeah, absolutely right. And then you simply slot it back in,
Yep.
lock it back in, give it a little twist, and then there's another HEPA filter
Good Lord.
on the top.
It's almost like they said, you know what, just in case there's any residual,
Exactly right.
we'll put another one in.
Well, you know how sometimes vacuum cleaners, when you've been using it, you get that awful kind of dusty smell in the room.
Oh, I hate that, yeah.
Because you've got double filtration here, you don't get any of that. And so that's particularly nice as well. Plus the fact that this is just under 2 kilos, and so with the arm on it and the floor tool as well, just over 2.5 kilos. So
Plus also
particularly
the
good.
dirt's not sitting in a bag, because I vacuum
Exactly right.
if I'm lucky once every 6 months if I need to or not. But I mean, as little as I can, because I hate it. But then you get the musty smell, because there's dust that's been sitting in there for months.
Exactly.
Because I don't have a big enough flat, and I don't do enough vacuuming. I don't need to do enough to fill up a bag quickly.
Sure,
So
sure.
my son always says, oh, what's that smell when you vacuum? It's whatever's in the bag, isn't it?
Exactly. Whereas this time you can empty it every single time. And if it is really dusty, all you do is you get a duster and you just go around take out the centre bit, wipe it out, no problem there at all.
I just said that because otherwise you'd have to have a vacuum for your vacuum,
Exactly.
and that would not be smart.
I've seen people do that, but that's ridiculous.
I have done that myself. I vacuum the outside of my vacuum when the vacuum's vacuuming.
Fair. Yes, I get that.
Yeah. But I use, I dust. I mean, I live on a main road, and the window we've started cracking it
You don't
open.
dust the outside, do you?
No, good Lord, no. Even the building doesn't do that.
That's fair.
And all the time I've lived there. But I do, you get traffic film and stuff that comes in.
Yeah, of course.
So my TV cabinet always ends up with a layer of... I always know when it's time to do the vacuuming because when my son has his friends over, they like to draw smiley faces in the dust.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a
nice.
Seriously, honestly, truly, and with 100% sincerity and conviction, I can tell you that for $94.99, I don't think you're going to have very much luck finding a vacuum that's as good as this, that is as feature-rich as this, and as well made as this, with a name that is recognisable, that has all the accessories that this has. I just, you know, it is. Oh, look, thank you. It is fabulous. And when it's not being used, the kids will borrow it and pretend it's a ray gun. I used to play with a ray gun when I was a kid. I had a little statue of Ronald Reagan. Anyway, we're going to go back to the tower pans. There are literally, we may be down even to I don't know if we're at single figures yet, but we're in a very, very, very low stock situation. And also the air fryer has been hugely popular tonight. Well done if you got that. It's been one of those great show. These are the pans I use. These are the pans that I procured for myself, and I can tell you for a fact that they are brilliant. And I can't tell you what the other brand is, but £500 worth of pans sitting in one of my cupboards that I used one of the saucepans occasionally, but then since I've had that, I mean, I just don't use them because I found that the handles started to wear some of the non-stick off, which is that. I mean, I was a bit disappointed, but with these I've been nothing but thrilled because that non-stick, when the apocalypse finally happens, all that's going to be left will be cockroaches and tower pans with the diamond black non-stick on them. Here's clip number 2 from Warrington, our studio in Warrington, with Matt McNamara and celebrity chef Paul Brodell.
Imagine you want to take something out of the oven. Have you ever taken a wet cloth before and tried to take a pan out of the oven?
Yeah, well, my oven glove gets damp, and I think, no, yeah, you have to be so careful.
Look at this. Now, again, I just want to show you something which we don't often mention. If you do suffer from stiff joints, anything like that, I promise you, this is worth its weight in gold. If you've got a loved one they've ever burnt their arms and you come out, so use 2 handles.
Oh, yeah.
And look, how much easier is that? You know, you're halving the weight.
Yeah.
You know, it can be very difficult, very heavy, but you're halving the weight, so it is so good. Click, click, done. And don't you just love this oven too?
Yeah, this air fryer, by the way, it is on the show as well, so you can see your details for it. We had to do a double, I know this is going to sound very overly dramatic, but we literally had to do a double take at the price actually on it because we were shocked to see that such a great piece of kit is available to you today, and you can get it right now for £119.99. Knowing what quality Tower brand stands for, and knowing what a huge and amazing 14.5 litre air fryer would normally cost, knowing that you can get it today for £119.99. You got a big window to see inside, so you can see what's cooking. You've got your drip tray. It's £41.55 or £65 rather today on your first of 3 payments on PayPal. That includes your delivery, and you can order it on the phone 0333 241 241 780018. That air fryer is doing us proud. Paul, he's obviously been using your pans with it, haven't you? You've been taking the pans out, adding ingredients, putting them back in. So a great companion. Still sticking with the Tower brand name, but now looking at the Freedom pans. These are compatible, these handles compatible. Not only have they got a guarantee, they've got a 10-year guarantee on the handles and a 5-year guarantee extended on the pans, but the handles are compatible across the Freedom range. So if you've got anything else Freedom, your handles are going to fit. So Paul, you're really mixing it up here,
we certainly are, yeah. We're doing our wonderful cheesy scrambled egg now. That'd be really lovely. I've got our meatballs with our veggies that we're going to do in a minute, just to show the versatility. Then I could add my pasta to that if I had my oven with me, and then I could put some cheese on top, pop the whole thing in the oven. Now here, I will use the big pan in a minute, but I'll show you the cover as well. But I just want to show you our wonderful, imagine cheese sticking. You know how cheese sticks on the edge of a lasagna pan?
Yeah.
Well,
bakes
look,
itself on, and good luck getting it off.
Can you see? It's just coming away perfect scrambled egg.
But you're not using loads of
every
oil or
single
butter either,
time.
are you?
No, not at all.
The ingredients
it's
going
just
in.
absolutely fantastic. Amazing results every single time. I can't believe how many pieces you're getting for the money.
Oh, yeah,
here.
yeah.
And look.
Yeah, 13 pieces in total across the whole range that you're getting. You're getting the 2 different sized saucepans, you're getting the sauté dish, the wok. It's all going on with the 2 handles as well for you.
It is, it really is. Just wash my cloth here, because then I will show you how easy that scrambled egg comes out every single time. Look at this, look.
See, scrambled egg would normally be a nightmare getting stuck.
Oh yeah, totally. And don't forget, we are doing this on induction as well. So look at that. Let's just go there.
Look at that peeling away. Look, it's looking really good. So it's literally peeling away from the side of the saucepan. Peeling away off it, and that'd be a thin piece that would normally stick itself to it. And we're just giving a quick wipe to our saucepans in the studio today to keep the demonstrations going.
Exactly, yeah. Now what I want to do now is show you the big pan.
Oh, this sautéed dish,
No,
yeah?
no,
the big one.
Big saucepan.
Okay, this one.
Yeah.
By the way, induction, magnetic.
Yeah,
so you can see that.
So this is, again, really nice strong weight. Can you pass me the saucepan too, the big saucepan?
I can indeed.
Again,
I'll take the lid off, but you've got your 2 silicone
Get your lids.
lids.
It's not a drum, it's a lid, which is great for storing in the oven too. So again, you can feel the quality, the weight. You've got the Serrashore non-stick, and then you've got that wonderful friction bonded base at the bottom, which means that it's suitable for induction as well.
Okay.
So they really are win-win-win.
And we were talking before the show. We both you said it feels good in the hand.
Yeah,
Is that
it
phrase?
really
You said
does.
it feels good in the hand. And they've got a good weight to them in terms of being reassuringly weighty, but they're not heavy.
Yeah.
I struggle to describe, but it feels good in the hand. Like it feels sturdy and substantial, but not heavy. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hope you're not.
Now I'm going to get our pan nice and hot. We're going to do some steak in a minute, but in the meantime, I'm just going to throw in some sauce into our meatballs here.
Right.
And so you can see it really is meals in minutes, isn't it, you know, which I love. Easy clean up, and then wonderful. We could be putting cheese on top of that, throwing it in the oven.
So there's no sacrificing. You're not thinking, you know, oh gosh, I'm not going to cook that because it's a bit unhealthy because it's got a load of oil in it. You know, you haven't seen us here with butter and oil going in because the Serrashore non-stick is giving us that reassurance. We don't need that lubrication from the oil. So we're not throwing in loads of sunflower oil, etc. And the other thing is, we're not being hard on ourselves thinking, oh, we better not cook that because it's going to be a nightmare to clean. Because the clean-up and the washing up, well, it's non-existent almost.
No, it really is. Now, you're ready for this sizzle. Look at that, look. That wonderful sizzle. If you notice, I didn't put any oil in there whatsoever. So I will just literally let that sizzle down and turn it over in a second.
That is looking good. How do we like our steak? What's the best way of doing the steak?
Well, I think with ribeyes, medium, I think.
Yeah?
Because it lets the fat...
Medium?
But lets the fat melt a little bit.
Medium towards well done for me, which is really bad, isn't it? Is that criminal?
Well, look, whatever you like. My gran didn't like to see blood, bless her.
Yeah, I mean, because I was watching Emily in Paris and she ordered her steak well done, and then the chef said, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, they don't even give you burgers.
And she said, well, hang on, I'm the customer. And he was like, no, just try it. And then she was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So, yeah.
Right, so I just want to show you the oven a second.
One day.
So again, if you are suffering from stiff joints, anything like that, you don't have to just use one handle. You can use 2. You have security.
Yeah, even if you don't
and you can
need
pop that down there. Yeah. That is in the entire chicken. And can you see, that's in the smaller of the 2 frying pans. Again, just pop them open like so. Close that up. And what I'm going to do now is turn over our
on the show as well, that air fryer. You can buy it now if you want. It's a really good version. Details are on the screen on the side. You can see just underneath the main details there. It comes with a rotisserie if you're using that. We're obviously using one of our pans instead, but also it's got the drip tray function. It's got all these different cooking settings, and it is from the amazing Tower brand as well as the pans. Oh, Paul, you know how to treat us. You really do. Yeah, if you weren't hungry before, you are now, right?
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, look at that. Perfection. And that was with no oil whatsoever. Can you imagine doing that at home in your pan without any oil? You have all the amazing caramelization there. Look, already, I've just turned that one over. You can see how, and look, that quick seal, that sizzle. And look, the pan is clean as a whistle. Look at that.
There's no spots and sparkling of oil or fat in there beyond what was in the steak itself.
And can I just say, that caramelisation on that steak, that is flavour, that is taste, that's yum. And that's what you're getting here every single time. Now that's rare, I would say, at the moment. And you just cook it a bit longer, but can you see how nothing is sticking whatsoever? And then we've got our mushrooms and our onions absorbing all the wonderful flavours there. It's just beautiful.
Looking good, and as well at $84.99. You know, this is not a treat, is it? In terms of like, oh gosh, it's a luxurious purchase. I don't know. You know, if you've been in the market for a year or two for some pans, you've been holding off, or you've been thinking, I need to upgrade. You know, or maybe you've been buying cheap pans, and it's the age-old phrase. You probably know the one I'm going to say: buy cheap, buy twice. You know, but you know, here, buy at great value. Buy once, because you've got your guarantee on the handle for 10 years, and then the pans themselves on a 5-year guarantee. And also, you might be thinking, I haven't got enough space, and I've got my cupboards are full of all my tins and my jars, and I like to stock up on the 2-for-1 deals. Well, don't panic, because these nest away beautifully. They literally nest in each other, and it's the detachable handle that means it's really convenient for going from hob to oven to air fryer to dining room table, but it's also the detachable handle that means that they're small enough to nest and store in your cupboard. $84.99 is an incredible price. How do we know that? It's because we've seen the quality of the Tower name and the quality of the pans, and we're considering at $149.99. What if we were buying these, or what if somebody else was buying these at the normal price? We'd probably say, do you know what? Pat on the back, fair play to you, mate. Well done, you've got a good set of pans there. 13 pieces, $149.99. It's a good brand name. But these are $84.99. Don't miss out.
So I've just done our barbecue creamy sauce to go on the top, like so, with our caramelized to go with our steak and our onions and our mushrooms in there, loads of flavour in there. And I'm really trying to get the pan as hot as I can, because I always love showing the worst now. Now we've done our steak without any oil. You saw how you got that wonderful caramelization. We're now going to pop on our creamy sauce, but I'm purposely not going to do that when I do it, because can you see how that cleans it?
Yes.
I'm going to really try and let it burn on and just...
So you can leave a bit behind?
Leave a bit behind.
Okay, I've got you, Paul.
Oh,
what a meal! What a meal! How much is that in a restaurant?
Smell-o-vision. Well, 25 quid.
Yeah.
You see, so 4 of you go out and have steak at 25 quid a head. You've nearly paid for the pan set.
You have,
you know?
yeah,
it's incredible, isn't it?
Pan set. So again, we're going worst case scenario on our pan, but look at this: a golden, glistening sauce on a beautiful steak.
Just gonna caramelise. Our meatballs are ready. Oh, goody, goody! How good!
How are you doing this, Paul? You're like juggling. You're literally juggling plates and pans.
Look at that! But we have
burning that on.
Wonderful food, excellent. Nothing has stuck. I've virtually washed up as how we've gone along. Oh, look at that! Look. How
goulash style
is that? Nothing sticking whatsoever. I'm going to take you back to what I would almost call like the disaster, isn't it? But look,
yeah.
Nothing sticking.
But look, it's burnt there. You can imagine that would have burnt and stuck on.
Ladies and gentlemen, those pans are this close to selling out. In fact, we are now oversubscribed. There are more people trying to order them than we have stock left. So if you're awake now, check out now, because those who fell asleep or went to bed, who come back later today and go to buy them, they will sell out probably. It's usually it's the early risers 7, 8 o'clock, but by 10 o'clock we have a massive uptick, obviously, in people buying things from the night before, from earlier in the morning when we're live now. So you will miss them, and I don't know when they're going to be back, if they are going to be back. I hope we can only bring them back really if Tower gets stock back from a retailer that can't sell them, which is what's happened.
Do you have a favourite one?
A favourite pan?
A favourite pan of this set?
Yeah, the sauté pan. It's
yeah, me too.
Just brilliant.
So you can do everything in it.
You can.
Amazing.
To be honest, I use the wok and the saute pan in concert, really.
Okay. I wouldn't take them to a concert personally.
No. No, they just wouldn't appreciate it.
Exactly right. Bang it.
Yeah. Anyway, now I've invited Mark over because he's a lovely chap.
And I do like an air fryer.
He represents the company, the supplier that provides all of these items. And you do like an air fryer.
I do like an air fryer.
So I'd be interested, this has been really popular tonight at this price. It's brand new, it's just launched in the market, and we are comparable to the market. And you can get it on easy, no, that's a different channel. What do we call it here? PayPal Pay 3. Wow, it's every now and then my brain just goes back, sorry.
It's late at night.
It is late at night. But I'd be interested to get your take on this.
I have one headline take on this that I don't think you mentioned earlier because you were pressing all the buttons and whatever.
Yeah.
I was standing just over there. This is about 10 times quieter than my air fryer at home because mine is. I haven't got a door on my kitchen, and so you put something on in the kitchen and you're watching TV and mine is loud.
So is mine actually.
But this is really quiet.
Yeah.
And you had both sides going.
Do you know why? Because my air fryer doesn't have this buttress on the back with it, so it's almost like a silencer.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's like a suppressor for but on the back of the. That's really what a really good. See, this is why I invited Mark over.
For me, also the fact that you've got a much smaller footprint is so good.
Yeah.
I've never seen one with 4 compartments before. I think this might be the game changer of air fryers. So before we started with one single drawer. And we sold a lot of single drawer. We sold a lot of single drawer air fryers.
We did.
And then the double ones were next door to each other, and that seemed quite good.
Still mostly are.
Yeah.
The market leader has just come out with a stackable one.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm going to check that. I don't know if it's got the quad. The separated.
I've not seen the quad trivet before. I just think that's a really clever idea.
So should we show people what we mean
Absolutely.
by that? Because with the standard air, well, maybe you don't know with the standard air fryer. In your basket, you have a trivet, and that's basically so the air can get underneath it, and also any excess oils will drip to the bottom as well.
Like so.
That's basically standard for every air.
That is standard.
But look, you get these extra ones.
Yes.
And they've got little retractable legs at the bottom.
Rather clever.
So do you want to pop that in?
There
now you've got 2 layers in each basket. So you can cook 4 different types of food, or if you don't want to, 3 different types of food.
Really clever.
That is ingenious.
And
absolutely ingenious.
It means you can cook your big potatoes or whatever at the bottom, and then your sausages or your steak or your fish at the top.
These do,
no problem.
They air fry, they roast, they grill. They bake. This has got a defrost function as well.
The thing that I think about my air fryer is anything you can do in your oven, you can do in the air fryer.
For sure.
You were saying you can look up times and temperatures of everything. 2 things on that. A lot of frozen food people now on the back of the packs have got air fryer instructions now.
Oh, really?
Which is great, and it's about time as well, because loads of people have got air fryers.
It used to be. I remember when I was a kid, you had to defrost stuff before you cooked.
Yep, not
anymore. You
anymore.
got chicken nuggets or for breakfast.
Right.
Some hash browns. Or
but they're making them that way. And the other thing that I think is, if you want a general rule of thumb as to what to do with an air fryer, if you can't find it anywhere, 20% less temperature. 20% less time.
Yeah, it's true.
So you save time and energy
compared to a fan-assisted oven.
Compared to a fan-assisted. So if you've got a fan-assisted oven and you would do it for 200 degrees for half an hour, 20% off the time, 20% off the temperature.
Yeah.
Easy.
And again, no preheat time as well. Using a lot less electricity. In fact, you could, depending on your tariffs, they reckon save as much as 70%.
Yeah. My big oven takes 20 minutes to get to temperature.
Yeah, mine does.
20 minutes.
Yeah. And you've got those rear fans that they deliver faster and even cooking across both baskets.
Absolutely. But this is so cool.
It really is.
The panel that comes out. So it folds away, but the panel that comes out, and then you just push the button.
And it's a touch screen.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Photos.
I like the idea that you've got the photos there as well. You can see the photos in that picture.
So 10 set it. Well, one of them's custom.
Absolutely.
But you can just press it, set it, and forget it.
There's a prawns setting as well.
Which is seafood.
Yeah, seafood. But if you love giant prawns or you love half a lobster, those kind of lobsters that you can buy.
I know a few giant prawns.
Me too. think we might be talking about the same people.
Quite possibly.
Maybe.
You could do, yeah, Paul just said you could do tempura in here.
Oh, yeah, good point. Good point. By the way, if you want to do messy stuff, a lot of people cook messy stuff. Sure. If you've got those silicone air fryer liners, pop those in. You can do all the messy stuff there as well. And by messy stuff, it means you can do bolognese in there.
And crumbles.
Exactly. You can do curry in there.
Toad in the hole.
Oh, absolutely. All of that.
Bacon and beans.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So the one I just got, I spent a lot of money today actually on different things for my kitchen. But the one I've got.
I assume you didn't know this was coming in tonight.
I know. And it's got the. I bought these little bowls that you can put in the air fryer. So if I'm doing sausages and beans.
Yep.
Or mushrooms or even eggs, because that's one thing you can't crack an egg over the grate on this.
But you can put it in a
ramekins and things like that.
Yeah, because that's the other thing about air fryers. You can put whatever bakeware you've got, whatever cooking stuff you've got, can be metal. You know, you can't put metal in a microwave.
No.
You can put it in an air fryer, no problem.
If it fits.
Yes.
If you're doing a quiche Lorraine. I love
Lorraine's quiche.
Oh, do you remember Lorraine Chase? Luton Airport.
Luton Airport.
Yes, it'll go in there, or as you say, it could be a little ramekins. You could be doing some creme brulees or something like that.
Oh, nice, nice.
You do a shepherd's pie. It's worth getting the liners, and they are. I don't know. Swan might actually have them. I'll have to check.
If I'm not very much mistaken, drifting through the Shop on TV website the other day, I think I might have seen Paul Bradell's books.
Oh, but that's
in there.
Yes,
he has got air frying books on the website.
It's 3 books for about 15
and they're
quid.
very good because Paul deliberately wrote them with bigger writing, big pictures as well, because Paul's dyslexic. So he actually deliberately wrote those books because he'd never seen a cookbook like that. So they're on the website as well. That's Paul Bradell. That's Paul Bradell.
Sorry, forgive us. We're having a laugh with our director. Yeah, I mean, this. You know how sometimes when there's a new innovation, you go, why didn't I think of that? But also, it's like 1 minute it's not there, and then the next minute there it is. I just saw an Instagram post for the double stacking air fryer from the market leader, and then now there are double stacking air fryers all over the place.
And Swan is such a good name.
Yeah,
it's a kind of sister brand to Tower. As well, Swan and Tower. Again, incredible heritage behind it. And you said earlier on you've got like a Swan toaster and other
they've
Swan
got the retro
things
60s look toaster and kettle, and you know. But I remember Swan as an enduring brand when I was a kid.
Yeah.
In fact, my nan, who when she passed away was about 73 and I was 16, so that's going on. I'm 53 now, so that's going back a while. And she'd had Swan gadgets for years.
Totally.
I mean, they've been around, must be since the 60s.
Yeah, absolutely. Very much. I think earlier than that, in fact. With Swan. I love the fact that you can get a double air fryer under £100.
It's crazy.
That is ridiculous in its own little way.
Yeah. Now, look, you know, the usual price, that's the recommended price from our supplier, from Swan. But to be honest, it's not. We haven't found it anywhere at that price. We have to put the price they tell us on the screen. But the last thing I want that to do is mislead you. As far as I know, we are currently market comparable because it just came out. I mean, we just got this.
Absolutely.
So much so we didn't even have a chance to record us. Well,
to the point is there was nobody here at the studio to take delivery of this, so they sent it to my house and I brought it with me tonight. So yeah, exactly. It's that new. It's that new.
You've got the sync cook and the dual cook. So if you're not familiar with air fryer technology, because there are 2 drawers, you might be having a party. And I tell you what, barbecue season's coming up.
Oh yeah.
You might have the barbie running on the meat, but you might want to do all the extra stuff to go with it here.
I do all the chicken in the air fryer and then put it on the barbecue at the end to make sure it's all cooked through.
That's a good.
Because you don't want to give food poisoning until you get that.
Red on you.
It's a bad way of it ending up in a barbecue. Absolutely.
But you know, so if you could do 2 baskets with batches of the same food, chips or wings or whatever you like, and they will obviously cook at the same temperature and time. But you've also got sync cook, so if you've got foods that cook at different temperatures and different times,
absolutely,
the one that's lower temperature, less time or less time
starts second.
Exactly. If they finish at the same time.
I see what you mean about the fans at the back. Because that's unusual as well, because the fan's normally at the top, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
And so that is another innovation that Swan have thought of. I think that's a great idea.
And there's no that is completely sealed in there. There's no transfer between the top and the bottom. So if you do have people with special dietary needs in your home, then you can cook one completely different meal at the top, and there's no transfer of odours.
And you can warm your plates on the top as well. Love it.
Yeah. Mark, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you, man.
It's always fun.
I love working with you. Oh, I did promise I'd do this.
Oh, yeah. Do the hair. Do the hair. Hey.
Oh, I feel
there we go.
So much
Me as
better.
well.
If nobody, or if the people watching now didn't see the start of the show, they won't understand what that was all about. I'm just literally letting my hair down.
You had a lock come out of place.
I had a little love curl. Thank you for watching. That's it for me. I'll see you next Thursday night into Friday morning. From all of us here at Shop on TV, the Weekend Crew, good night.